You back?
I gotta summon everybody. Come on back, y'all.
Let's go.
30 up in the chat already. You see that?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. You ready? I'm a tag everybody.
How y'all doing?
Hello, everybody.
How y'all doing? Yeah, to bring y'all back with music. Hello. He didn't have his readers on, y'all. He didn't have his readers on.
I know you gonna
He hit
say
the
that.
button. He hit the button. He didn't have his readers on, y'all. Don't blame him. You know, he had a senior moment. It's all good. It's all good. Bushwick Watchers, it's 21 of y'all in there. How y'all doing? Welcome in. Come on down to the chat. John said, is it safe? Yes, sis, it's safe. It's safe. It's safe. Welcome back. Nightbot is in the building.
Hey, Robert Sprite, good to see you. Everything's good, brother. Alice, thank you for coming back. Fine, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Hold on, I gotta put the poll back in here.
Put the poll
We gotta start it back up.
Since your microphone's kind of low.
It is?
Yeah.
It's kind of low.
Talk to me.
Talk to me, baby.
It's still kind of low, but I mean.
Hallelujah. Is it a little bit better now? A little bit better? Hold on, I'm trying to turn it up. Microphone check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
It's good.
Can y'all hear me out there? Hold on, let me put the hold on, we gotta go back. I was MCing. Hold on.
Anyways.
See. I was MCing.
You was MCing?
I was MCing my booty off.
There you go. So I got some things queued up. You want me to go ahead? I know you had already explained.
I did, but we got 25 people in the building.
Okay.
Explain. Explain-o while I put the El Survey-o,
let me
Polo, Pazzo.
Well, let me play something right quick for y'all. And first of all, I want to say shout out to little sis Vaughn. She did a live today about what we're about to talk about, but you know, Vaughn is speaking from a place where she is what we call a newborn babe. All right?
Who, Elder? You talking about Elder?
No.
Elder Vaughn?
No, yeah, Elder Vaughn, Madame Vaughn is a newborn babe. So I feel like you know, she was very and seriously, she was very disappointed while talking about this morning. Great live, by the way. And
I couldn't get past the intro. I couldn't get past the intro.
Yeah, Vaughn, she was doing it up. Work.
I was like, what is this?
Pop that. Don't stop. Pop that.
Okay.
Oh, let me stop. But anyway, Vaughn played some clips, and I think it's the clip that's kind of viral that I'm going to play a little bit of. She played a little bit this morning, but I won't play all of it. But I'm going to give you guys what I'm talking about. And she, like I said, she played a little bit of it, but give you some context about this. And before I start, I just want to say, I tried to do this while I was on the road as far as like give a disclaimer, but I want people to understand that this is not about, to me, it's not really about Christianity, and it's not about bashing certain sexual preferences. It's not this. That's not what it's all about. We don't bash
certain communities.
Yeah, we don't. Yes, correct. We don't bash. We don't talk about communities over here, different communities, sexual orientation, race, color, creed, none of that. That's not what we're all about, and I want to make that clear. What I insist I can, what I want to focus on, or we're about to get into, is power, money. And the poll question that she's about to put up, and I apologize, so we had to put the poll question back up, but that is an excellent question that she put up. That's what I want to get into. All right. So without further ado, let me play something to get some context. I know Sis was explaining a lot of it, but let me play something to play some context, give some context to what we're talking about. And I think little Sis this morning played this, but we're going to get into it again. All right.
The poll is in the chat. Bushwick Walkers, come on down. It's anonymous. Come on down.
All right.
And answer.
Let's sit down. Can y'all see? Y'all ready?
Yep. Hold on, let me turn down the music, son.
All right, here we go.
It took a couple days, but I finally got my hands on the lawsuit that was filed against gospel superstar Donnie McClurkin.
We fall down, but we get up.
And I'm not a lawyer, but I read the 15-page complaint, so let me walk you through exactly what is being alleged. Trigger warning, this lawsuit contains allegations involving sexual assault, sexual battery, and coercion. So this is your warning. Okay, so the lawsuit was filed by a man named Giuseppe Corletto, and according to the complaint, Corletto first met Donnie McClurkin in August of 2003 when Corletto was 21 years old. Corletto had recently read McClurkin's book, Eternal Victim, Eternal Victor, which is an autobiography that details the childhood abuse that McClurkin suffered, as well as his struggles with homosexuality and his belief that he was healed and delivered from it. And so, since Corletto says he was also struggling with his own sexuality in light of his religious beliefs, Corletto sought out Donnie McClurkin in search for some guidance. Now, at this time, Donnie McClurkin's church, Perfecting Faith Church, was holding services outdoors, which was referred to as church without walls, where people would share their testimonies about being delivered from homosexuality, prostitution, drugs, and some other things. So Corletto goes to one of the services. He ends up meeting Donnie McClurkin afterward, and according to the suit, Donnie McClurkin prayed for Corletto and assured him that he would help deliver him from homosexuality. However, the complaint says that after that church service, one of the ministers from the church, who was apparently also struggling with homosexuality, began contacting Corletto and even showed up at his house unannounced. So Corletto is uncomfortable with this, so he starts missing services and contemplates leaving the church. But then, according to the lawsuit, Donnie McClurkin reached out to Corletto personally and told him that the minister was being dealt with and that the whole situation was a test from God that Corletto had passed. From there, Corletto and Donnie McClurkin develop a mentor-mentee relationship, and McClurkin even hires Corletto to work as his personal assistant. And it's at this point, according to the lawsuit, that the allegations begin. The lawsuit says that while Corletto was working for Donnie McClurkin, they would have, quote, pray the gay away spiritual sessions, and during these sessions, McClurkin would allegedly touch Corletto without his consent. The suit also says that Donnie McClurkin would set up interactions between Corletto and other men and then frame these interactions as, quote, tests from God. As an example, the suit says during a trip to the Bahamas, Donnie McClurkin set up for a male model to go to Corletto's hotel room. And after Corletto was successful in resisting this model, Donnie McClurkin allegedly praised him and told him that he passed another test. The next incident that's detailed in the lawsuit is from a 2007 business trip to California, and the suit says that on this trip, Donnie McClurkin had actually brought his girlfriend at the time along with him. However, at some point during this trip, Corletto goes to McClurkin's room, and while he's there, McClurkin takes off his pants, exposes himself, and then pulls Corletto onto the bed, forcibly kissing and touching him. Corletto says he cried and objected and tried to tell McClurkin to stop, but McClurkin went on to orally engage with him. And then the lawsuit says that over the course of the next 6 years, incidents similar to that California hotel one continued to happen, including an allegation that Donnie McClurkin would secretly touch and grope Corletto before he would go up to preach. Some of the incidents that happened during the course of those 6 years happened in Atlantic City, New Jersey, Long Island, New York, Donnie McClurkin's home in New York, a park in New York, and a hotel on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. And in that particular incident, the lawsuit says Corletto attempted to leave the hotel room, but the door was locked. Now, the lawsuit says Corletto did try to quit working as Donnie's assistant multiple times, but McClurkin would deny those requests and tell him his deliverance and his purpose were tied to McClurkin. According to the lawsuit, Corletto also tried to report McClurkin's conduct to church staff members, but none of the people he informed did anything. So ultimately, in 2008, Corletto says he stopped working for McClurkin, but because his new job was at a Christian broadcast network, he still had to encounter McClurkin. By 2000, room, but this time Corletto was able to push McClurkin off of him to make it stop. Now, 2 days after this Niagara Falls incident, Corletto says Donnie McClurkin sent him an apology email, which says, quote, "The first thing I want to do is apologize again to you. I know I apologize for my wrong attitude from Wednesday, but I want to apologize for all of my behavior that has been wrong and put you in a wrong place. I am the actual epitome of a desperate, dirty old man, pawning and groping a young man who is just looking for a friendship and close platonic relationship with someone he once looks to for help, guidance, and spirituality. I was trying to go to a realm of sexuality that wasn't right and wasn't right for you, or me for that matter. I feel so foul, so stupid. I'm old enough to be your father and want to be something else to you. You don't have that desire for me and I shouldn't have it for you. I forced myself on you, groping on you, and when I think about it, you never really touched me like that at all. Just wanted to sleep together and hug occasionally. I am really embarrassed at how I am and how I acted. You're far too important to be treated like that from me or anyone. I'm not helping you in any way by doing this, and I'm only making a fool out of myself being so desperate. I have no one, and I feel it more than ever, but I was horribly wrong trying to force you into something that you were consistently saying no to. I am too old to be like this. I won't be that to you again. You didn't come back for this. My loneliness is mine to deal with. My desire for you is not right in the way that I'm feeling and handling it. I will be a friend to you and pastor if you'll allow me. But I won't be this broken old man so desperate for you that I violate my purpose in your life and become this. I love you and want you to become who you're supposed to be. I will work on me. I hate being lonely and alone, but I have to go through it, and not like this. Let's move on from here. See you later this or next week. Pastor." Now, according to the lawsuit, in November of 2015, so 2 years after the Niagara Falls incident, Corletto was struggling with his mental health and decided to go back to Donnie McClurkin's church. But he says while he was there, he experienced even more sexual misconduct. And so that gets us to 2026, where Corletto is now suing Donnie McClurkin. And his first cause of action is violation of the Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act. Corletto
Sorry, I was on mute. There you go. That's enough. That's enough context right there. Go ahead, sis. You're on mute.
that was a lot. I wanted. I'm gonna let you speak first because I have segments that I
Sure,
want
but
to
you
address.
sure?
I have segments that I want to address because the whole what she explained, which I did not know about.
I,
You know what I'm saying? The testing. Did you get the part where he went on a trip and he sent a man to quote unquote test him, a model? My
And he-
thing is, okay, where you find it from, or did you already know it? You know what I'm saying? And why would you do that? What is this testing about? I don't under. This is this what they call? Because there used to be a thing, and I don't know if it still exists anymore, but there used to be a thing called conversion therapy.
still,
Was this their form? Was this his form of conversion therapy?
uh,
To where he's testing him to see if he would give in.
look, I'm gonna say this here. I have it on good authority. I know people that actually, and I'm not gonna give any names because this person would put me in a headlock, and this person is gangster, and come and find me. But I know people that know him, and these people are very reputable people.
You mean no Donnie McClurkin?
I know people that know him, and I know people that their friends, one of their friends dated this guy, dated him, but he didn't
You
have
say him.
Yes, a woman dated him, but there was no. It was a known fact that he was suspect.
Right.
And it didn't last long, you know what I'm saying? Because
Gotcha.
he was suspect. See what I'm saying? And the person I got this information from, you know what I'm saying, is very, I mean, that's solid facts, you know what I'm saying? That's facts.
Right.
So here's the thing. And I want to preface my statements by saying this again. This has nothing to do with Christianity, and it has nothing to do with your sexual preference, orientation, or whatever.
Orientation. Yep.
So what I want to draw from this is how a person can use power and money, respect, prestige, and use all of that to manipulate. Okay? So it's a very well-known fact. Yeah, y'all, I read it. Y'all saw he struggled with you know, his homosexuality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He struggled with that. And I'm not going to go into it. This show is not to go into whether or not right or wrong or whatever, but I will say this: being a Christian in Christianity circles, and a lot of folks in the chat, you guys are Christians. You know what I mean? You profess to be Christians. We all know that if you're professed to be Christian, then that lifestyle is not accepted. Okay? So my thing is that if a young person came to you, and at the time the guy was 21 years old, came to him, he knew he had some issues, and you saw the verbiage and the language that they were using, and he said that he was going to pray the you know what out of it. All right. So I'm looking at all of that, and a person using someone's quote unquote struggle, using that, and he knows he's been struggling throughout the years. But here's the thing: if you're that way, and you've been struggling to do it, to come to grips with what you are and what your desires are, then why hide? You know what I mean? Why go through all of this stuff to manipulate people or manipulate folks? You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. I was going. Hold on. I'm gonna get to that, Dr. Trust me, Dr. I'm gonna get to all of that. Trust me. Your comment is starred. I got that and even more. I have questions. Trust me, Dr. Trust me. We're gonna get into that. Second of all, I want to go to the gentleman that is making all the accusations. What Dr. just said, and I want to say shout out to any SA victims. Shout out to any SA victims that has came forth and trauma and so forth and so on. I want to say shout out to those who came forth, man, and had the courage to come forth, and you've been preyed upon, and your liberty and your freedom and your dignity and your self-respect was taken away because of a predator. But you came forth. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the ones that had those things happen to them, but you came forth and you exposed, you know what I'm saying, said behavior. But I want ladies and men I want y'all to hear me out when I say this. I'm a grown man. Ain't no man gonna make me do nothing. I don't care how big the guy is, how small the man is. Ain't no man gonna make me do nothing. So, with what Dr. just put there, I don't know, man. Y'all can tell. I am subject for y'all to tell me that my logic of thinking is wrong. But I've heard this throughout the Diddy case. I've heard this now. I've heard it in other cases where men just all of a sudden they come forward. Hey, I woke up with things being sore and all this type of stuff, whatever. I know you're subject to be drugged and stuff like that, but as a man, as a red-blooded man, at the end of the day, regardless of what your sexual orientation and your sexual preference is, I mean, you can't make me do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And so, y'all know where I'm headed on that. You know what I'm saying? So, if it's all about, my thing is, if it's all about you coming out and exposing the gentleman, okay. But same thing with Tyler Perry, and we're going to get into the Will Smith and this thing here. This gentleman is asking for a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why. I don't understand why all of a sudden a whole bunch of money all of a sudden has to be the focal point. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I got on that. But I got more things to say. But go ahead, sis. And exactly, Dr. I want to bring that out.
What?
Before I let you speak,
went back, I have a problem with that.
With these, not just this dude here, but in the Diddy trials, the Diddy thing, these people keep going back. I don't get it, man. Now, like I said, I'm going to be humble enough, and I'm going to be logical enough to hear everyone out. All right, like a couple days ago, Wednesday, we had a good show, and a lot of people disagreed with me with stuff, and we agreed to disagree. But please help me. Am I wrong for thinking this way? Do I have a right to think this way? Exactly, Jay. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about him too. You know what I'm saying? So I just have a hard time. I have a hard time coming to grips with a lot of stuff because money is your main focal point. It seems like. But go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
So do you have preface that you feel it's more so money? So you feel that the person in this case, because somebody, I don't know who it was, said, why did he keep going back? DR said, he keeps going back. So do you feel it was for the money, or do you feel that he had control, or both? There's some type of control, some type of authoritative control.
It may allegedly be a combination of both, sis. You know what I'm saying? You cannot tell me after a long amount of time, 2026, we're in 2026, and at the time the dude was 21 years old. It sounds to me that you're in a full-blown relationship. You know what I mean? That you're in a relationship, and
I'm gonna ask you this, because we had this conversation and you were like, I don't know, sis. And I'm gonna ask the people in the chat, do you think that some men, because I'm not in a same-sex relationship, but when you have men like this, some of them take on the role of the feminine. So with them taking on the role of the feminine, do you feel that they act more like a female as opposed to a male? So when you were saying, how can another male let another male just and take him down? And I was saying, was it more that he felt that he was a female in this, to where he allowed that to happen because he looks at himself even in a male body as a female?
Well, sis, that's a great question, because you and I in pre-production, we talked about this. And I got to thinking about my family members. And shout out to my family members that are watching, that are living an alternative lifestyle. I love y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for tuning in. You know who you are. I'm not going to name your names. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I thought about y'all as I was doing the show, because I really wanted y'all's opinion. Y'all hit me up, you know what I'm saying? And let me know if I'm wrong about something, you know what I'm saying? But to answer your question, sis, I had to think about two particular family members, men that are basically the like you said, they take on the role as of the feminine side.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna be blunt with you, sis. They can beat up the average man. I'm just saying. They don't take no shit. I know one particular, I'm not gonna name his name. You know what I'm saying? I love the dude. Me and him chat ideas or whatever. I've grown to love the dude, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He texts me all the time, texts me and Joe all the time about ideas and stuff, whatever, and I get a lot of ideas from him. He ain't gonna take no ish off of nobody. You know what I'm saying? So with your question right there, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. With guys like that, they're not just gonna lay down and just take abuse. You know what I'm saying? Those guys, I know for a fact that they're not gonna take abuse like that. I know
unless they've been abused. I think when we look at it, you have to look at it with the same lens, I would say, as a heterosexual. If you get what I'm saying, there are females who you would say, why don't you walk away? Why don't you leave? But if you've been abused, and sometimes it's a little bit harder. And we say the same for the same sex. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to make excuses for nobody. I'm just trying to think about it.
It's a legitimate question. You know what I mean? And hey Lisa, how you doing, love?
Hey.
Good to see you. Salute.
Jen J said she stayed with him all that time. She must have liked it, quote unquote. Yeah, kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the same. I don't think we can. Yeah, it's the same sex, but it still has the elements of a relationship. You know, whether it be same sex or heterosexual. That's all I'm saying.
Well, here's my thing. I want to bring up something that Foxy 2 Roxy said. They say he was Donnie's armor bearer. Now, if you guys are not familiar with armor bearers, what is it, sis?
What? Armor bearer?
Yeah,
yes.
Go ahead, say something. Go ahead.
No, I said, come on, tell him what the armor bearer is.
Well, I had to be familiar with an armor bearer because, you know, my brother is involved in the ministry, and an armor bearer is someone who basically is the pastor's assistant. You know, make sure the pastor's fine, make sure everything is straight, everything is decent and in order. You know what I'm saying? Making sure the pastor has, you're the pastor's right hand man. That's all that is. You're the pastor's right hand man. Here's what I see. I don't know. Now that's my first time hearing that, Foxy. It may be true. You know what I mean?
Where does all this mess come from?
What'd you say, sis?
Where does all this mess come from?
What I do know is that it seems like these two are familiar with each other. That's
for sure. So do you believe it's a Cassie situation? They waited for the opportune time, because I believe this man Giuseppe has since gone on, and he's no longer confused about his sexuality, and he's married to he's in a marriage with another man. But I think if I'm not
man,
yeah, he's married to a man.
Okay.
So he no longer struggles with should he be or not. He's married to a man. And I think they said, and correct me if I'm wrong, Vons, he found that email that Donnie McClurkin sent to him. And since he found that email, I think this has like put the battery in his back to seek this lawsuit, because now he has like proof. This is what he wrote to me and said this to me. So now you can't deny that.
So my thing
delivered.
Yeah.
Delivered.
My thing is that let me ask you, sis.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of speechless in all this because I'm trying to
tiptoe around without hurting feelings.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to be judgmental, because I'm just trying to understand. I'm really trying to understand. The first thing that I saw that I noticed was it just seems like the dude is insinuating that there was some manipulation involved. He caught him at a weak state, and then kind of like, that was his way of getting in. You know what I mean? So sis, let me ask you something. I want your honest opinion about the situation. Do you think it's true? Do you think it's something to it? And I just want your thoughts about it.
Do I think it's true? Yes. Do I think it's true? Absolutely. Do I think it's a money grab? More than likely, yes. Because like Vaughn said, what made you go looking for the email? He found the email. I don't know what made him look for it, but he found this email, and I think he figures, well, opportunity. He may be looking at the Cassie thing. He may be looking at all these lawsuits that are happening out here. Let me try to get something. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's a money thing. So I absolutely think that there is something to it. I don't know what, the statutes in New York are with regards to this, but if he has more receipts, it would be interesting to see, but I don't think it's too far-fetched. The only thing that I have not an issue with, but it's like right now, I mean, why don't there's men out here who are like that, and it's probably because the way he was raised in the church back then, it was taboo to say that you were. So it's easy for you to either hold it to yourself, because how many musicians do we know, how many organists do we know, how many choir directors do we know that, what I'm saying? But it was like, it was an unspoken thing. You just don't say nothing. Don't come up in here with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and we good. It was what it was. But so he comes from, I think, that school of thought. And, it was easier for him to say, I'm delivered, or, not, just not have a relationship. Right. So I think he went the I'm delivered way. And did he try to be delivered? Probably. But to me, though, when people say stuff like that and do stuff like that to people, it's like you're trying to push somebody to change when they may not be able to change yet. You know what I'm saying? But you're changing because society wants you to change. You're changing because society says that this is wrong, and you can possibly get demonized or doors be closed to you because you are this way. That's not the case anymore. Had he come out now, there would be none, it wouldn't be that bad for him. I am going through this, I was touched or whatever, but I'm still dealing with this. I'm still grappling with this. I'm still trying to walk with God, and I'm grappling with this. He would be probably more accepted now than back then. But back then it was, I'm delivered. But I don't think he really was. And if everything, what that woman said, what she read off, what he said, that's a lot. That's a lot. He was trying to hold that in and do those. And if he actually did those acts, he was struggling to try to be down low, struggling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think for Giuseppe, it's a money grab. Yes. But for Donnie McClurkin, it's like, it's a little bit hurtful for folks, because it's like, you to them, you lied. I say he didn't lie. He tried to be something. He tried to be something he wasn't. He may have tried to.
Should people just go ahead and come out and be like this guy here?
I am delivered.
You need God to do. He just told you it's done right now. What did you come here? Come down here for? Tell me.
To get delivered more.
To get delivered. Do you believe that the Lord tonight has set you free?
Yes, sir.
Turn around and tell those people. Tell them. I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. I said women. I'm not gay. I would not date a man. I would not carry a purse. I would not put on makeup. I will love a woman. Now listen, y'all praise God with him. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold just 1 minute. Now either you gonna believe this stuff, or you ought to stop preaching it.
Yeah. because they feel you can pray it out of you, right? You can pray it out of you. You can, let's talk about it. Let's tell you. I am delivered.
I will. I will.
I don't like men's no more. I don't carry no purse no more.
No. He said, I will love the women.
The women. And that's what it is. They think they can touch you on the head and you get delivered from it.
But my thing is, I'm with DR.
What?
How are you delivered? You still with a man.
Exactly. That's why I said it would be. He wasn't. He never. And none of these. It's about relationship. You can't just it out you. It's about relationship. It's about your walk. You know what I'm saying? It's just, that's why I say none of that stuff works. When they have you come up, they try to put hands on you. They make you fall back or fall forward. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. They make you, let's go and have these sessions and, tell me about, you got to confess all the time. I had this nasty dream and, repenting and confessing and all of that is,
So do you suggest that we go and do this here and just do this?
It is.
I know.
He just told you it's done right now. What did you come here for? What did you come down here for? Tell me.
To get delivered more.
To get delivered. Do you believe that the Lord tonight has set you free?
Yes, sir.
Turn around and tell those people. Tell them. I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. I said women. I'm not gay. I would not date a man. I would not carry a purse. I would not put on makeup. I will love a woman.
I will love a woman.
Whoa.
And you see that church, that church he put on, he did exactly what he saw grandmama and them do. Women.
He's a carrier purse.
I will not wear makeup no more. Yes. No. That is what do you say? That is yeah, thank you, it's fake. Exactly. It's fake. Thank you, Miss Foxy. She had the right, it's fake. It's all theatrics. He learned it. They all learned. That's what you do. You come up there, that's what you do.
Oh, okay, so we're gonna talk about theatrics.
Theatrics.
This is where right here that I might make someone.
Uh-oh. Let me put my camera off.
This is somewhere y'all might not agree with me. I'm on the outside looking in. And when speaking of Mr. Donnie McClurkin, if you know that like I said, this has nothing to do. I'm not judging, but I'm on the outside looking in. Let's just say that I have no concept of Christianity, but I'm curious about Christianity. But I know I'm curious about it. Let's just say I'm on the outside looking in, and I'm looking at Mr. McClurkin. I read his book, and I know, and he's very outspoken about him and his struggles with his sexuality. This dude pastors a church. And then come to find out, that he, he's living a secret lifestyle, pastoring for years. At what point in time are we going to hold the congregation accountable? How you doing, Battle Zone? Good to see you. Thank you for coming through. Y'all hit the like button. We got 28 people all together on both platforms on the
welcome in
on the stream. Y'all please hit the like button. So at what point in time are we are the followers that know that these leaders that are faking the funk, are we going to hold them accountable? It's just like last week, whenever old dude was sitting there preaching about him buying the dress for the co-pastor, the pastor buying the dress for the co-pastor to the event, and the people in the congregation were just, that's right, Pastor. You sure did that right, Pastor. And he's sitting up there. I don't know where y'all come from, but I'm not living in the little house on the prairie. Where have y'all been? I'm not going to have my wife wearing such and such, such and such. In other words, he's going to keep up with the times. And the people in the congregation were like, get. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying to everybody, when are we going to start holding people accountable? Now, look, whatever Mr. McClurkin wants to do, his preference, that's on him. But I know in Christianity circles or whatever, that's not, he's out of line. He's a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? So why are people steady buying his records? Why are people still buying his products? Why are still people going to his service? And he's a hypocrite. He is no different from what we were talking about a couple of days ago. I'm just saying. What's good enough for the goose is what's good enough for the gander. So we got people out here. We got. I want to say legitimate people that's living the lifestyle of being alternative lifestyle, and they have no shame in their game. And we got a guy that's hiding behind Christianity. So, but we keep. Oh, you hear that song by Donnie McClurkin? He sounds so good, but we still support him because he sounds good. But yet we got people that are not in church that are not out there like him and proclaiming Christianity, but people like him that are living their truths and are not faking like that. I'm just saying. Exactly. He fell down and never got back up. But you know what, DR? We got people that are still supporting it. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna say this here, and it might hair lip everybody in the chat or everybody, but we're giving them fuel to keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? We are. You know what I'm saying? And I have nothing against. Look, again, this has nothing to do with living an alternative lifestyle. This has nothing to do with it. I'm talking about these jackleg preachers like this or whatever. And you got people like, we'll get into him. We got people like Tyler Perry. That's you know what I'm saying? Quit faking, bro. You know what I'm saying? Either you're in or you're out. You know what I mean? Quit, trying to portray that you're this strong man when you're this strong individual, and you're trying to put it out that you're not. You know what I'm saying? But you're in or you're out. You know what I mean? And again, what I have a problem with is that these pastors and these fake televangelists, fake singers like this dude here or whatever, are leading our young people astray. You know what I'm saying? They're living alternative lifestyles, and this dude is hiding behind Christianity. I don't think it's right. It's high time for the people. You know who's giving him the power? if you buy his records, you buy his albums, if you support him, you're giving him power to keep being who he is behind the scenes and faking the fun. That's what y'all are doing. I'm just saying, you know, don't open up your Bible and tell me how I should live my life whenever you're not doing what you're preaching. You know what I'm saying? You're no different. You're no different. You know what I mean? You can't tell these young people to change their lives and do this or whatever when you're sitting up here doing all this and you're doing all this. You're conspiring. You're using your authority. You know what I mean? And let's just say allegedly. You know what I'm saying? But you know damn well, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know damn well. You know good and damn well. I'm a black man. Let me take my glasses off. I'm a black man, and I know about the Christian circles or whatever. I can show you right now. I can show you right now of a guy I know, and I'm being serious right now, of a guy I know personally that I can show you on YouTube that offed himself because, and I went to school with this guy. I can show you the article. I can pull it up right now where a guy offed himself because he was getting ready to get confronted about some stuff that he did years ago, SAing young women, and he was a principal of a Christian school and an associate pastor. So you're not talking to somebody that's doesn't know what he's talking about. This guy was living a lie. Before he died, he preached a sermon talking about, well, I know I do a lot of things, you know, and it hurts for, and nobody knew at the time that he was essaying young girls, but he offed himself. He was a coward because he didn't want to face the facts. And if we as a people, you know what I'm saying? We as a people do not call this, I don't care if you're Christian or non-Christian. If we can't call this stuff out, you know what I mean? We are no different. You know what I'm saying? You hear that? The thunderstorms and stuff. Man,
it's thunder?
Oh yeah, that's thunder. You know what I mean?
Oh gosh.
Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
So you're no different. You know what I'm saying? So people have got to start holding. Look, just because you go to church does not mean. Did you know that you can feed the sick and you can feed the poor and you can help the sick and go to the hospitals and not be a Christian?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Did you know that? You can put together a fund in your community and help your own community. You don't have to do that in the name of Christianity. You can just be a decent human being. But we got to wait on these so-called fake preachers or whatever that are pocketing your money. And I'm not saying every preacher is like that. I'm not saying that.
Most.
But yeah. But there's good people out there, and there's some good Christian folks out there that are trying, you know what I mean? But they're being led astray by these folks that are predators. They're nothing more than predators. All right. So I'm just saying. Now, if y'all disagree with me, you know what I mean? You know, I'm subject to, but we got shows like this or whatever to bring it to the forefront. Okay? Because, man, I'm just saying, you're not talking to somebody that I've been in the ministry. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it. I've been on the road. I've spoken to hundreds and thousands of people. You know what I mean? And the story I just told, that is a true story. That is a freaking true story. And I can show you that I went to school with the weirdo that offed himself. You know what I'm saying? May he rest in piss. You know what I mean? But that's what, but that's what he did. He was a weirdo. You know what I mean? And he was a coward. He got found out, and then he offed himself because he didn't want to face the consequences. There are hundreds of people like that. But you know what? It's the people. It's the people that know about stuff like that and know that, these guys are predators or whatever, and they continue to support them. Now, This has nothing to do with your sexual preference. We're talking about people that are deviants and hiding and doing stuff that is illegal. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
Well said. Well said. And they say that, do you think that the reason why a lot of folks don't hold these men of the cloth accountable is because they kind of fearmonger you, touch not my anointed, don't put your hands on, you shouldn't speak ill of the pastor. They try to handle it in-house and keep
facts.
You know what I'm saying?
They do. The people that have that mentality, sis, they are so heavenly minded that they're no earthly good.
Agree. None of these people call these men to step down. They don't get shamed. I feel they should get the same as what, other people are. We should go back to shaming, number one. Look, and you really should have these men step down. They should step down.
Exactly, DR. These types of people are not anointed.
No, they're not.
You touch one of mine. Look here. I want us to be monetized. So I want us to be monetized, but I'm gonna keep my words because I'm very passionate about this, but I'm gonna keep my words very, very professional. If there's somebody, my loved ones that I know, and if I was to be involved in something like in church or whatever, and if I found out something about my loved ones being involved in that, you're no longer going to be enjoying this earth anymore. That's all it is. It's all is to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to touch the so-called anointed. I'm going to lay hands on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to lay hands on the anointed. Anointed. That's all I got to say about that. And it's high time that people start holding these predators accountable. You know what I'm saying? Because it has nothing. You got to separate the scriptures from reality. You know what I'm saying? There's no anointing about that at all. At all.
Absolutely. But I think more people need to hold these pastors' feet to the fire, especially within the church.
Facts.
Because Foxy said, that is a good fact. I used to be afraid of it. Then I realized it's not black and white with that statement.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
It's right and wrong. We have to stop telling ourselves that people don't agree with it and say nothing. They agree with it. That's why they agree with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just sweep it underneath the rug.
They sweep it underneath the rug because we're going to go back to the original statement. Money, they can't afford to lose the parishioners. They can't afford to lose the people coming in and giving. It is a business. The modern church of today, right, is a business. It's a corporation. So that's what it is.
But like I said, it's speaking of business, we give these people business. We keep giving these people a voice. We keep playing their songs. We keep, you know what I'm saying? Now look, if dude come out and said, hey, I'm this, that, and the other, you know what I mean? Okay, you know what I mean? But the problem that I have with it is that once again, you want to dibble in the world, and then you want to dibble in the world, but then you want to dibble off in Christianity, you know what I'm saying? In the name of the Lord, you know what I mean? No, sir. You know what I mean? And it's high time that, churches are not supposed to give a guy like that who is doing dirt. They're not supposed to give a guy like that doing dirt behind the scenes and doing a bunch of effery a voice. You know what I'm saying? Would you if you found out that your son was being manipulated by this guy, I don't care how old your son was. You know, how would you feel? That's all I got to say about that. You know what I mean? But then again, it's hard to look, man. You know, the flip side of things, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I have questions about these so-called men. You know what I mean? I think as if we have children, we have grandchildren, we have nieces and nephews, you know, it's important that we teach them about these predators out here. You know what I mean? And how to address them and how to tell, you know what I mean, how to handle it. You know what I mean? I've told Joe's listening, she's listening in the bushes, but I've told her son and I've told my daughter how to handle if someone violates your space. And you handle it until that person is not moving anymore. That's how I got to, I've taught them that. It's high time that our young people start doing the same thing. You know what I mean? A damn lawsuit. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's all I got to say. But you know, but you know, we're living in a day of clout, though, sis, where everybody wants to come up. You know, everybody wants, and I like what Vaughn brought up in her live, and that's what, you know, she was upset, and I get it. She couldn't even hardly get through the live without her being upset, and I get it, because I get it. But clout is a hell of a drug. It is. It doesn't matter if you're Christian, Muslim, atheist. Clout is a hell of a drug. People will do anything for clout. Shout out Cardi B and Offset.
Absolutely. Do you think this lawsuit is going to go to court, or do you think there will be a settlement?
I think old dude's going to settle because he doesn't want his name out there already than it already is. Just like with Tyler Perry. Yep. Money solves everything. They're going to give that dude a price and he's going to take it. Just like with the Shannon Sharp thing.
Yep.
We're not going to hear about this in another month. They're going to settle out of court. But
there will be another one that comes, though. You know,
absolutely.
Always is. Why is it that there's so much of this running rampant in the church? And I'm not just talking about evangelical, Baptist, Pentecostal. It happens in the Catholic Church. It happens in, you know, the Mormon church. It happened. Why is this such a thing?
Because people let their guard down. Because Christianity is all about, it's supposed to be, when you talk about Christianity and the Muslim faith and so forth, people let their guard down talking about peace and love and the love of the Lord and all this type of stuff or whatever, and how you're supposed to love, you know, and you got this big old utopia of people that gather every Sunday, every Wednesday, every time the church opens, and everybody's so nice. When you're so nice and you're living when you're living the way of the Lord, so to speak, people let their guard down, and they have tunnel vision, and they don't see everything. Your common sense is not coming to play, because just because you're in a Christian circle does not mean you don't have predators that come in your circle. Just because you're in a Christian circle does not mean that you have idiots and you have people that don't deserve to be on this earth, and they prey on your children, they prey on your wife, they prey on men. All right. So because of that, they get that's the easiest thing to do. The same thing applies, sis. Whenever you got these mass shootings, these dudes come into the church or whatever, and the church, you know, welcomes it in. The church is supposed to be a place of gathering, and then the dude ends up, you know, gunning them all down. You know what I'm saying? So it happens in every circle. You know, exactly, Miss Alice. Just because you love the Lord doesn't mean that you should be a fool. Just because you love the Lord doesn't mean that your common sense should go out the door. Just because you love the Lord doesn't mean that you should have just tunnel vision. That's I take offense to that. The men need to stand up. Men need to stand up. You know what I mean? Just because every fool with a Bible doesn't know their script, doesn't know their Bible. I just got a DM just a few minutes ago of a preacher that's a well-known, alternative lifestyle guy. There's a brochure of the picture of the dude, of him and other pastors. All the other pastors have portraits, have normal portraits. This guy has duck lips. But you know what? He's taking duck lips. He's got a duck lip as his portrait. Once again, you know why that happens? It's because the people allow that to happen. I think it's high time that
I'm gonna say something controversial now. Hold on. Do you think that they're able to get away with it so much because it's more women prevalent in the church? More women in the church than men.
It's prevalent. Yes. Especially with us black folks. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Especially with us black folks. It's just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? How the hell are you going to be a minister and you fake it? And you know what? True, the gay community, the true gay community does not follow fakeness like that. I know gay guys that look at that and like, there's no way he should be in the ministry.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Just
DR, saying. You gone?
Don't be going nowhere, DR. Yeah. Come back here.
Duck lips. Did you answer my question, or did you?
I think I answered.
You answered. You said yes.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I answered.
Okay. Because I believe that's what it is. Men gonna put up with it. Men know. And that's why it's not a lot of men in church today, because they know the foolery that goes on in there.
Look, man.
When we were talking about what's his name, what you say, child, the church needs an overhaul, and definitely needs
to pinpoint where they need to improve. I don't think the Lord is pleased. I agree with you. I agree with you, Queen, but I'm gonna go all the way back. You can't be a leader without followers. You can't be a leader without followers.
Facts.
We are allowing, and this has nothing. This goes all the way back. This is just not necessarily with church. It's not necessarily with church. This is with everything. Government, church, family, business. You don't think this ish goes on in business? But people are, doing predatory behavior in business. But you know what the difference is? You got folks like, you got HR. You got folks that, HR is going, HR department. You got people that are going to handle that accordingly. But the church, today's church is so much business minded, and it's all about money that they gloss over morality. You know what I mean? It's branded themselves as a place for kids, the elderly, and non-heterosexual people. Absolutely. But like I said, this live is not condemning anybody's sexuality. We're talking about the fake people, the predators. We're talking about the predators. whether you're a predator of female, whether you're predator of children, whether you're just a flat out predator and you're a hypocrite and you're leading people astray. You're the true stumbling block.
Right. Because he was.
That's what this live is all about. This is not condemning Christianity. It's not condemning your sexual orientation.
Mm-mm.
More people need to come out and expose these frauds out here. I will say shout out to your girl Tasha K though.
That's the GOAT. Wendy Williams 3.0. The GOAT. Y'all, wait. Did they answer the poll? We didn't even get to the poll. Good Lord. Well, shoot. It was a resounding 100. Wait. Oh, dang. Thank y'all. We had 33 votes up in 34 votes up in here. 35 votes. All right now. The question was, can spiritual counseling ever cross into exploitation without physical force? Yes, absolutely. Only if sexual contact happens. No, intent matters and depends on authority gap. Can sexual counseling ever cross into exploitation without sexual force? And a whopping 83% says, wait, they still voting.
They still voting.
We up to 37. Hold on. Thank y'all for voting. We appreciate this. 84% says yes, absolutely. 5% said only if sexual contact happens. 5% only said no, intent matters, and 5% said it depends on authority gap. But 84% said absolutely spiritual counseling can cross into exploitation without physical force. All right.
I agree.
38%. 38 vote. Thank y'all. Bushwick watchers, we are proud of you. Chat, can we give the Bushwicks a resounding thank you? We appreciate you because that helps with the conversation. We appreciate
I have
y'all.
another something that I want to present.
All right, let's go.
And we got our boy Will Smith on the docket as well. And here we go.
Hey guys, Jackson Buhai here with TMZ, and it seems like Will Smith is in a lot of hot water regarding this new sexual harassment lawsuit. Now, in a world where sexual harassment lawsuits are frequently filed against celebrities, unfortunately, you may be sitting at home thinking that you know exactly what kind of allegations these are. Well, let me tell you, you don't, and we're going to get into them in just a second. Now, what I also want to get into is that these are just allegations. We are not going to know exactly what happened in this case until it reaches court. One other thing I want to add is that we reached out to Will Smith's lawyer, who had a lot to say regarding this sexual harassment lawsuit, and I don't think you guys are prepared for what he said to us, so stick around until the end to find out what he said. So if you remember, back in March of 2025, Will Smith launched his very first tour in over 20 years called Based on a True Story Tour. So lawsuit aside, this tour actually took the public by surprise, considering that Will Smith was coming off the back end of the major controversy that most have coined the slappening. Obviously, Will Smith slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars. What shocked me in particular was that I didn't know Will Smith had fans. I mean, I knew he had fans, but not enough fans to fill multiple stadiums across the tour. No hate to Will Smith. Growing up, I love Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but my God, that did take me by surprise. Okay, I'm getting off topic here, but let's continue. So in launching this tour, Will Smith hired a violinist that goes by the name of Brian King Joseph. Now, that name may or may not ring a bell to you because Brian King Joseph has actually garnered a significant following on social media for posting his violin videos. Editor, roll the clip right here. He also appeared in America's Got Talent back in 2013 and has worked with a variety of big artists. Now, Brian here in this lawsuit is claiming that in November of 2024, Will Smith asked him to come over to his house to discuss an upcoming opportunity regarding his tour. Brian went over to the house and played the violin for Will Smith. Will Smith liked what he heard and subsequently played at a one-off show in San Diego before being invited to play on the rest of Will Smith's tour.
Earlier this year, I was hired to be a performer on a major tour with somebody who is huge in the industry.
So Will Smith and Brian cultivated a close relationship thereafter, with a lawsuit even stating that Will Smith at one point told Brian, "You and I have such a special connection that I don't have with anyone else." So fast forward to March of 2025, and the tour has begun, and it starts in Las Vegas. Now, in this lawsuit, Brian has alleged that Will Smith's team booked all of the hotels and their rooms in advance, according to him. So a little bit before the show starts, everybody checks into the hotel and everything seems fine at first, but the real kicker is when Brian returned to his hotel room, there were signs in his mind of a break-in. Now, there are no signs of forced entry or burglary, but a piece of evidence is noted in the complaint. And this is where things really start to take off. I quote from the lawsuit: "The evidence included a handwritten note addressed to plaintiff by name, which read, 'Brian, I'll be back no later than 5:30. Just us, drawn heart, stone F.' Among the remaining belongings were wipes, a beer bottle, a red backpack, a bottle of HIV medications with another individual's name, an earring, and hospital discharge paperwork belonging to a person unbeknownst to plaintiff. Plaintiff feared that an unknown individual would soon return to his room to engage in sexual acts with the plaintiff. Concerned for his safety and the safety of his fellow performers and crew, plaintiff immediately notified hotel security and representatives for defendant, obtained photo documentation, requested a room change, and called the local non-emergency police line to report the incident." Now, what a lot of people are wondering is, does this substantiate Brian's claim of sexual harassment, and could Will Smith's legal team argue against it entirely? Now, after the Las Vegas shows were done, Brian reached out to someone named Tim Miller. Now, the lawsuit doesn't explain who Tim Miller is, but we can conjecture that it's somebody that's in control of the tour or the performances. And when Brian asked for further reasoning, Miller blamed him for what happened in the hotel room just days prior in Las Vegas. I quote from the lawsuit again: "When plaintiff requested for further reasoning, Tim Miller, acting on behalf of defendants, redirected the blame for the termination onto plaintiff, replying, 'I don't know, you tell me, because everyone is telling me what happened to you is a lie. Nothing happened, and you made the whole thing up. So tell me, why did you lie and make this up?'" So this lawsuit alleges that Brian King Joseph was terminated simply for reporting the sexual harassment. And I want to be clear, not that Will Smith did it himself. Now, as I said before, we reached out to Will Smith's lawyer. Alan B. Grodsky said this: "Mr. Joseph's allegations concerning my client are false, baseless, and reckless. They are categorically denied, and we will use all legal means available to address these claims and to ensure that the truth is brought to light." Guys, we always read the comments, and what we're wondering today in particular is if you think there are any validity to the claims of Brian, or if you think this is a weak case in general, let us know. Now, if there's anything else you want us to cover that you're interested in, drop it in the comments down below, because like I said, we read every single one. Guys, my name is Jackson Buhai. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
All right, here we go. Will Smith. There's been always accusations about Will Smith. Always been some allegations, and you know what I mean. Tasha, I'm gonna refer to you because I know your sister left again. Her and her connection. But when she gets up here, now sis is a big fan of Tasha K. This is a witch hunt. That guy should be charged for lying. Okay, all right. Now hit the like button as you come in. Now sis is when she comes back, she'll tell you. She loves Tasha K. I know Tasha K had interviewed, and here she comes. She had interviewed. There you go, sis. There you go. Is your sound on? Can you hear me? So, since Tasha K had interviewed a guy that was a best friend of Will Smith, and he put out a whole bunch of stuff on Big Willie style. You know what I mean?
Hold on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't hear you guys, so that's why I had to jump out.
Okay. Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah. So, sis, are you good? You good?
Hold on.
You good?
Testing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully it's no echo.
Okay. Yeah, you good. So,
okay.
I want you, because you are a big fan of Tasha K. Tasha K interviewed Will Smith's best friend about his situation. Can you give us a synopsis about that, what has came out, and I want your opinion about it. Vaughn says, so everyone is just horny and non-consenting adults. She says I don't like this. I don't like Earth this week. Vaughn, there's nothing wrong with being a horny consenting adult.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Consenting.
There's nothing wrong with being a horny consenting adult. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with that. That should be your natural way of feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's just being a predator. You know, being a predator and being a freaking weirdo. You know what I mean? But anyways, sis, like I said, you're a Tasha K fan, and you know Tasha K hit on this about a year ago, and it seems like everything that has come to pass is something that she has said before. So, what you got on that?
Yeah, she did that interview with Val months ago.
You're stuck, sis.
Can you hear me? Can you see me? See, it's something wrong. Hold on.
Okay, you there now?
Hold on.
She had to drop back down again, y'all. So y'all hit the like button. She gonna come back. Y'all hit the like button. You know what I mean? Share your thoughts. Share your thoughts in the chat. You know what I mean? We are live and direct. Share your thoughts in the chat. You know what? I'm gonna drop the link. I'm gonna drop the link for y'all. So y'all come on up and chat with your boy and your girl. I'm dropping the link so y'all can. There she go.
Can you hear me?
Since I went ahead and dropped the link for people to come on up.
Good. But Tasha K dropped that months ago.
You kind of low. Kind of low, sis.
That's because I'm on speaker, so I don't have my mic.
Can y'all hear sis? I can't hardly hear her.
Oh God. Keep talking.
Okay. I'm gonna drop the link. Y'all come on up and chat with your boy. If I don't know you, I'm not. Teresa 4X. I wonder who that is. I can barely hear you, but she's on mute now. Y'all come on up. I want y'all's thoughts about everything. Come on up, Vons. Vons, I got something I want to tell you. Come on up. I got something I want to ask. Vons, come on up on the panel. Come on up. You're on the docket. Now, if you're a weirdo,
can you hear me now? I'm
not letting you up without you camming up.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you barely.
Barely?
You sound kind of far away.
Oh my
I done dropped the link. Y'all come on up. Hey, not for everyone media. I wonder who you are. Shout out to you.
Shout out. Let me see.
Come on up.
Okay, at least I can hear.
And I want to say,
again.
shout out to my peer, Miss Alice. I want to say shout out to her.
Testing. Okay, that looks good.
Y'all go and subscribe up to my peer, Alice. Y'all come on up. The link is pinned.
There we go.
Well, the link is in the chat. I think I got. Can I? I think I can pin the link. I think
Testing. It's pinned, right?
I don't
It's
think it's
pinned.
pinned. Oh, it is. You pinned it? Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
If it's not,
Come on up.
I can do it.
I got a question for you, Vons. Von Madame.
Where'd you put it? Where's the pen?
What's up, Snow Bay? Snow Bay, can you hear me?
Can y'all hear me?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Yo!
We got two beautiful ladies. Y'all come on up.
Hi,
Come on
Miss
up.
Foxy.
Foxy.
Hello, baby.
Foxy.
They're my Foxy.
Hello, everyone.
How you doing?
Hey.
How you
I'm
Hopefully
doing?
y'all
doing
can hear
good.
me
I'm
now.
doing good.
I
Man,
can
you
hear
got
you,
some
E.
you got some
Thank you. Thank
topics
you.
on here tonight.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, Foxy. Yeah, Foxy. I had to look. I was listening to Foxy and E and Snow Bay, aka the Madonna. Look, when you went live this morning, I felt the little sis. I felt your passion this morning. You were trying to keep it together, but you're pretty upset while discussing some of this stuff that we're talking about. And I get it. And if you remember, I asked you a question: are you more so upset with Donnie McClurkin, or are you more upset with old dude? You know what I'm saying? And you said you were upset with both, and I get it. I think a lot of the I said I turned my mic up for Eve, but I had to turn it down for Vaughn. So I get it, Vaughn, why you were upset, because first of all, I remember, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, little sis. Little sis, I got love for you. You know that. I got love for you about you.
Right.
I genuinely do. You know what I'm saying? There's been some situations where I've almost crashed out on here because of you.
Oh Lord.
And I've had to crash. I damn near had to crash out, but I had to snap back into reality and be like, no, don't do that. The old SBK, he's up in there, but the old SBK had to pull the reins back. But I know that you have a spiritual journey. You've been on a spiritual journey. I remember when you accepted Christ, and you professed your faith. I remember when you were baptized, and I remember leading up. And in fact, I remember you leading up to you being baptized, because you were looking forward to being baptized and all that. And so I can see the passion had by discussing this subject. Can you explain to us as to why this upsets you, this subject upsets you? And I want your thoughts on everything.
Okay. So I'm calmer now.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because so it's upsetting because of, like, I read comments. Okay, that's my thing. I like to read comments. I like to see what other people are thinking. And it was see, this is why I don't go to church. And you can't pray gay away. It was like, I even said earlier, it's like it caused me a little confusion. Like, is there really a such thing as praying the gay away, or are we being peer pressure? You know what I'm saying? As people, because I know that there's peer pressure to be so Christ-like. So there has to be a possibility of being peer pressured to pretend you don't live in sin, or that you don't sin at all. And I love Donnie McClurkin. Like, I grew up listening to him. My grandmother used to play all the, y'all was up when y'all was doing the weed fall down. I was like, I'm getting so mad, because this is my guy. Because he does sing well, and you can't. It's like when he preaching and he talking, he telling the truth. Okay, he telling the truth. He has talked about his struggles with homosexuality. Like, he's kept it real to a certain degree, right? So knowing that he was still, I'm just upset because, and I know I'm not a part of the older generation, right? But it's upsetting because I feel that if church was really what it's supposed to be, which is people coming together, to worship God, really, work on our spirits, like I said, lay our burdens on the altar and not be judged, and we all can be all, you know what I'm saying? Really in the spirit together, really loving of one another and accepting of one another. I feel like he could have sang all he wanted, You know what I'm saying? He could have testified every other Sunday, okay? But would he have took on the title of pastor? Would he have took on the notion that he had been delivered if it wasn't for the people and the money? I have to hold him accountable and say, yes, you was getting paid. This is how you paid your bills. Because keep in mind, he was homeless at one point. Remember that story? If y'all, I don't know if y'all follow it, but I know this man's whole life. So my point is that because I love him as a brother in Christ, I'm upset because he's really hurting and struggling, to accept himself and have acceptance from other people. And, really was kind of robbed of the opportunity to really deal with his demons, and that's just how I feel. And it's just upsetting. It's disappointing. And it's like, man, like, to me, that's not God, and when I say that's not God, what I'm saying is like, I'm so sick of the narrative of who God is, and it's like we have people who are leaders, who are supposed to wear that crown and, and they just don't be doing it right. So my feelings is just a little hurt. That's all. I'm not saying they have to. I'm not saying they, I idolize these people. What I'm saying is I really felt his pain and what he was going through. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, like, you could have just told us the truth. You know what I'm saying? I still like gay men and I don't want to be a preacher. You know what I'm like? Let's just be honest. But y'all go ahead. Go ahead.
But before I let Foxy speak, I want to ask you something. So your anger, you kind of explained about your anger, but what about the anger towards the other gentleman? I know you had some anger towards that situation. Can you please explain that?
Because I'm gonna say this, okay? I'm not the best person to talk about integrity or none of that. But if you was it just gives more room, man, for the narrative that, homosexuals are predators, okay? That they, man, listen. Because to me, him coming out with this email, that to me, that's also predatory, right? And it's also like, you was okay with doing the dirt when you were benefiting from it. So let's say, don't no real money come out the lawsuit, but gifts and cars and bills being paid. You know what I'm saying? You was okay with all of this. You was struggling and woo. But if it was anybody else, you would have told straight. Like, if it was anybody else, the same Wednesday that he sent you the email, no, it was Thursday, right? That he sent you the email, it would have been in all your friends and buddies' inboxes by Friday. Like, let's just keep it real. So I'm mad because you was okay with being his boyfriend because he told me I'm lonely, I'm an old dirty man. It's like clearly, he wanted affection from a man and you was giving it to him, and then y'all got into it, and now you want to turn him into the predator because you need a couple dollars, and then now I learned, because Eve said he married. So it's like, what's up with that? So you really been delivered now, and you want to come tell all your, behind the scenes secrets so you can get a couple dollars. Like, I just don't respect it. I'm just being honest. I don't respect it. I don't like that part. And it gives room, to when people are really, violated, to say that, they just want money or attention, or to, tear somebody else down. Like, it's not real. And I don't even want to say that much, but that's how I feel, y'all. I feel like this is all some BS. But yeah.
So you think it's a money grab?
Heck yeah, bro. Like, you trying to make me cuss? Yes. This is all a money grab. This is a money grab. It's secrets, because I do believe what's done in the dark comes to the light. like with all of us, right? But it all because and it also exposed listen, I am mad about that part because if it was okay for people to live in their truth, this would not be a problem. You understand what I'm saying? If it was, because honestly, I feel bad for both of them because they were going. Well, I'm gonna say the younger guy was going to the meeting looking for spiritual guidance, and he ended up in a relationship. That happens in heterosexual relationships in the church, right or wrong, y'all. So to me, it's like none of that part is a surprise. The sadness that comes over me is they are struggling with the one sin in the Bible outside of adultery that they get shunned, they get treated funny, people, all this, oh, my kids can't be around that. Like it be all this extra stuff that comes with that. So he was in pain and he, went looking for guidance from someone older who started crushing on him or whatever. Y'all know, like it's I would feel that way if it was a man and a woman or a woman and an older woman and a younger man. Because at the end of the day, y'all say y'all were going through spiritual things. And if you've ever had gone through spiritual warfare or whatever your vice is or was, that shit is no joke. You don't want nobody coming around you taking advantage, right? You know what I'm saying? You don't want nobody coming around pretending to, be there for you, but they really there for themselves. So, SBK, you're gonna make me cuss. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be good.
Well, you can be, but you're expressing yourself. Nobody's gonna judge you for expressing yourself. You got something you wanted to add on that, sis?
No, I just wanted. I agree with what Ron was saying.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah.
I'm in the mic.
You sound great.
Thank you, sis. No, I was saying that earlier. Would this be? There is no difference. This is the same as if a heterosexual man was messing with a woman who came to him for help. You know what I'm saying? With whatever it was, and he was counseling her, and they ended up, being in a relationship. Did she come to him for a relationship? More than likely not. Depends,
Right.
But then it ends up that way. So, it's just more shunned in society because it's same sex. But both instances are wrong. Both instances you should be shamed. Both instances these people need to step down. You know what I'm saying?
That part, E.
I'm just saying.
Foxy, what you got on it, sweetheart? I know you trying to cook. So what you got cooking for me, baby girl? What you got?
Okay. First of all, you have to stand away from strongholds. If that's a temptation and it's a strong temptation in your life, you should not be around it at all. You should go to, if you know that homosexuality is one of your strongholds, then you go around a heterosexual so they can guide you the right way. You don't go to somebody that's struggling themselves with the same condition. You have to let go of these strongholds. And yes, Vaughn, you can pray the strongholds away, but you have to repent. You can't go for somebody else to pray it out of you. You have to go and repent to God and ask him to give you the strength and the wisdom and the will to walk away from those strongholds. Strongholds are very strong. Everybody has a stronghold. Vaughn, your stronghold is cursing. You say it's hard for you to not curse. My stronghold is I still want to have sex, but
right.
I understand that that's one of my strongholds that I got to work on. Everybody has a stronghold, and I'm being transparent. I'm not going to sit up here and lie and say, "Oh, I don't have any stronghold." But I have a stronghold, and that's something that I'm working on, at my age.
Foxy, I'm gonna let you cook, but I gotta interrupt you. That dress was a stronghold for me.
Child, y'all a
Hey,
mess.
hey,
Foxy,
I know
Foxy.
it was. I know it was. I know it
I'm
was.
telling you, hey. If my significant other wore a dress like that, they wouldn't need no flesh colored something underneath. Just you got flesh colored material underneath. Take that flesh colored material off and wear that for me, not for the public. Wear that for me.
Child.
Wear that for me. And you would get banged out to the highest, degree. You would get banged out, especially if you're coming from the garden. You know what I'm saying?
You can't mute his mic. You can't mute him. We trying to save souls up here. No, I'm just playing.
Look, at that point in time, Miss Foxy, I'm just being honest with you. That stronghold, I'm being honest. And I am a man that is celibate. I'm with you, Foxy. Look, my stronghold is that. So I go on mute.
No, don't go on mute. I got questions, but go ahead.
Go ahead, Foxy.
But everybody has strongholds, and we all are man. We all man, and we all women. We all have strongholds. We all have temptation, things out here that tempt us from things that we know is right from wrong. Donnie McClurkin, he know better. He should know better. If you already know that you still haven't overcame it, you shouldn't go out here and try to help somebody else. Help yourself first. Make sure you are right before you go trying to help somebody else out. You already knew you were struggling, so he shouldn't have ever even tempted this young man to have him as his assistant, because and that young man, from what I can see of the picture, he was a very handsome young man. So that's going to be a temptation for you if that's the type of man you look at.
Yeah, he fine.
So you got to be careful. Just like me, I had to learn, certain men I look at tempt me real hard, and certain men don't. You know what I'm saying? So you have to, you have to judge yourself. And I try not to be around any real sexual looking men, because I know it's gonna be a temptation for me. So I have to, kind of make sure I stay my distance and step back. But you do have temptations out here that that will make you want to do. Oh yes, I have, but we're gonna get away from that. But anyway, and so it's a lot with that. And then with Will Smith, both of them, I think it's more about the money with those guys. A lot of those guys, they kept saying where he went back. Okay, yeah, people do go back because they want to keep getting he was going on trips, and he probably was spending money on him while he was on those trips as his assistant. He was probably, giving him money, hey, here's some money for you, for you to spend while you're here, while I'm doing this, doing that, and an armor bearer is like an assistant to him. So he was getting all the benefits from it. When he decided that, okay, look, I'm gonna have to cut this off because it's not going good for neither one of us. It's tempting me back to where I was trying to come away from. So I can't do it no more. And the young man got, his feelings hurt because his feelings was involved. So now I want money for it. So I'm gonna take you down because either you work with me or I'm gonna take you down. And the same go with Will Smith. And Tyler Perry. I think a lot of these are calling out when they can't benefit no more for those stars. They're not getting the benefits they were getting, money, trips, whatever else they was giving them. And now that they're not getting it anymore, I'm gonna take you down. Instead of just walking away with your head up high and say, okay, I'm done. It was what it was. I'm gonna just stay here and I'm gonna take you down because I still want some more of it. Or I done spent all my money and got no more money that you gave me, so I need some more money. So I'm a blackmail you because remember we did this and we did that. And a lot of people do it now, even with heterosexual. Women say, well, you can't see your children unless you pay me child support. And if you don't want to pay me this amount of child support, you won't see your children. That's a form of blackmail. Or you can't be with me, you can't see your children. People use those things to hold people, as a stronghold. And I think this is what's going on with these two gentlemen, is that they're using certain things against them to keep benefit from them. And and it bothers me that, it's got to this point that they're doing all these things. What happened, with the churches, what happened to saving souls? And I think it got so commercial and got so much business wise that they forgot about the souls. When people walk in there, they're broken. And if you already broken and then you bringing people in that's broken, that's not going to be good. And SBK, in the spiritual realm, you can't go out here and help somebody else when you ain't helped yourself. We got to look at, we got to do our own soul salvation search.
Right.
And if your soul ain't right, how you going to help somebody else with their soul?
And your soul ain't saved, for real. And the thing about it is, Foxy and ladies and gentlemen,
right? Look,
I'm going to say this here. I got a stronghold. The stronghold is those women. And I got to do this.
Lord, I'm finna go. You so wrong for that. You is wrong.
That'd be me. No, that would be me.
No.
Church.
No, Miss Foxy. No. SBK, bro, no. That used to be my song before I got saved. He tried to make me backslide and sing. I had to stop myself from being over here like, church, preach. Like, you wrong for that. You wrong.
Oh my Lord.
That used to be my song. Did y'all hear me? Okay,
But,
that was my song. Okay. I don't do that no more.
It could be my song, but I'm just saying, I feel sorry for Donnie McClurkin. I feel sorry for Will Smith. I feel sorry for Tyler Perry. I feel sorry because when you get yourself in situations that sometimes you could be helping somebody, and once you cut them off, they have a problem with you because they feel like you should continue to help. I'm going that now with my niece that live in my building. I was helping her for a while, okay, and I help you here, I help you there. But when I cut her off, she got an attitude with me. I'm like, look, I'm on a fixed income trying to take care of my damn self. I can't take care of two households. I'm out here wheeling and kneeling trying to make it myself, and I'm trying to get extra money somewhere else to help me make it. And I'm not getting extra money to help you too. You need to help yourself. You younger than me, I'm older. I got less years in front of me than I do behind me, and I'm not trying to cut it short because I can't afford to make it. Absolutely. So, people do that to you, and she's upset with me right now. She's hardly speaking to me because I'm not giving her no more money. She called me every day. You got any money? Auntie, you got any money? The hell no. If I do it for me, get off your dusty, rusty ass and get a job.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
You young. You in your 40s and 50s. I'm in my shit. I'm sorry. But this is how people are. If they keep getting money from you, they're okay with you. But just as soon as you say no, there's a problem.
There's a problem.
And I think this is what's going on with these guys. With Donnie, he was getting all the benefits. Remember, he was his assistant. He going on trips. He said, I went to New York. I went here. I went there. We going here. We going there. He's in the limelight. He's his assistant. Donnie McClurkin is a famous guy. Hey, I'm going on a trip with Donnie McClurkin and da-da-da-da-da. But then Donnie said, okay, I'm feeling like I'm backtracking, being around you. And we started off and I realized I was messing up. So I'm backing the hell up off you because I don't want to go back down that road. I'm already fighting my own temptation. And it's not good to be around you because you're my stronghold. So I have to cut this stronghold off. Oh, you going to cut me off? Oh, you don't want to have nothing to do with me now. Oh, okay. But I was good when you had da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so I want my peace. Want me no more. And this is how some people think. And I think that's what's going on with those two guys. As long as I were benefiting from you, we fine. But just as soon as I can't benefit no more, I'm done with you. I'm gonna take you down and and let everybody know what type of person you really are. So that's how I feel about it. I had a young lady that was a YouTuber. I was giving her all this information, but when I stopped dealing with her, she told me don't have nothing, don't contact her anymore. With anything because of that. So some people use you, and then when you cut them off from using you anymore, they get an attitude. So that's how I feel. That's how I cook with this.
And I totally agree with how you feel. I want y'all to react. Nesto, shout out to Nesto's in this statement right here. I want y'all to react to this. She says, and this is something I kind of touched on, but she said, I have a problem when they complain about these men, but yet return to their homes to spend the night or go on trips with these men. They're willing participants, in my opinion. And that's what I kind of touched on. But then again, when someone makes a statement like that, and I've made statements like that, it's like, you get some pushback on that. What, now Vaughn touched on about the money grab. You know what I mean? We touched on the money grab. What do y'all think about that? You know what I mean? Nesto brought up a great point. It's a problem. She has a problem, which I do too, about these men. Talk about these men. They return to their homes and spend the night and go on trips with these men, and they are willing participants. I'm talking about the men. Now, this is happening with women, but I want y'all's with women as well, but I want y'all's opinion about it.
I gotta say this real quick because we missing a piece, and the lady said it. The recording that she played. He tried to leave Donnie McClurkin. He left, got a whole new job working for the airport, and Donnie McClurkin was chasing him.
I don't believe that. I believe they was in a relationship. Okay, folks was trying to break up. Played breaking up. They was doing it at the airport too. Okay, I ain't trying to hear none of that. All right, I'm just not.
If he can prove, wait, is SBK? Is SBK?
He stopped.
He stopped. SBK.
He froze. He froze. Yeah, he frozen.
Come back. Come back.
I agree with you, Vaughn. I think that, it was a relationship there.
They lied. You feel that man lied? He wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Donnie
this.
McClurkin didn't try to come get him back.
I'm gonna say this.
No,
I promise
he's
you.
a willing
I
participant.
promise you. Unless other men, come out, all right, and say that they experienced this behavior, or I'm gonna even go as far as to say a witness. People that worked with them, because he claimed he went to the staff of the church, and nobody listened to him. Nobody believed. I want witnesses. I ain't gonna say other victims. I've been screaming other victims all night, but I need some of all of that to believe. That they wasn't. Oh, I'm done with you. And Donnie showed up. Baby, I'm begging, baby. I need, because that's what I believe. I believe they was in a relationship. Yeah, he tried to break up with him. Because I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna say that. He probably, was feeling guilty, about, going to pray away the gay sessions, and then, they doing it in the hotel. And he probably was like, man, I don't want to do this no more. And Donnie probably showed up like, please don't leave me. Don't leave me out here lonely in this world. You know how men do. All right. So I'm gonna need him to prove it. And I'm not just saying that because this is Donnie McClurkin. It's like he had a lot of details. This was 6 years. You didn't go to the police. You didn't tell your mama. You didn't tell your friends. Somebody in the church wasn't covering up, or telling you to hush. Because when people come out with this stuff, other witnesses and other people do come out too, right or wrong.
True.
They be like, yeah, it's true. So yeah, I'm gonna need some more evidence.
Me too. I'm with you, Vaughn, on this. I need some more evidence. It's just your word against his. I need a little more, if he did it with you, How many other people have he not done it with? So I need those witnesses.
I hear y'all. I can respect that. I can definitely respect that. They saying the check stopped clearing. He said the check stopped clearing. Jen J said, was there a police report? Was there?
No,
I didn't hear.
No.
I didn't hear about a police report when the lawyer chick read the doc. I didn't hear that part. I did hear that he told other people at church and nobody said anything. That I was listening. Girl, listening.
Right.
My stomach was turning. I got nauseous. I got mad. I think I cried a little bit. It was like, what is going on? Like, what?
Oh my God. Okay. SBK said his internet going in and out, y'all. It's going in and out. He's trying to get back on here. Jen J said,
it just seemed like every time I turn around, he back?
No, his internet going in and out. He's trying to get back in here. He's trying to get back in because there's a storm where he is.
It's for real?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's storming. Jen J said to the parents out there, can you cut the bull skit? I don't want to hear you want to go. I don't want to hear you want to go to the church receptionist or that you spoke with the principal. Call the police. Facts. Call the police. Make a report. Make a report, y'all. Then she said, the real Brown Family Chronicles said, I have that energy regardless. The only problem I have with Tyler, Donnie, and Will is they don't live their truth outward and leave God alone until they are ready to truly repent. That part. I like that.
And
I like that.
The real Brown, I agree with you, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. That's why I said that's a stronghold for him. So you got to deal with your own soul salvation before you go out here trying to save other souls. Your soul is not saved. How you gonna save other people's souls?
I'm gonna say I agree. No. I agree with I agree with Nesto to a certain degree. Don't touch the pulpit if you still going through, like, for real. And I'm not just saying that. I mean that, because heavy is the head that wears the crown. So if you're not willing to really give your life and your soul, your commitment to God, and truly lead by example for others who are lost like you once were, don't you step foot in that pulpit. I ain't gonna say leave God alone, because ain't none of us perfect, but
right.
Don't do this. That's what I'm saying. Don't do this, because it causes confusion. Y'all don't understand what I've been going through. Like, this is my problem. But like I said, it is a problem for me, because, like, the guy, I don't know if you watched my whole live, but there was this guy that was like, you are like the face of I've been delivered, like the real face, not the other dude. You know what I'm saying? You wrote a whole book. People was coming to you for help. That's devastating.
Right.
It's like, and it's also devastating because, like I said, he couldn't have, preached the word and lived that lifestyle. And I'm not saying that we should be able to live in our sin and preach. What I'm saying is, like, we gotta I read what the Bible say about preachers and teachers. They gotta really do that, like, for real. That's why I'm like, no, don't call me none of that, because I'm not doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? So It's like, that's real. It's serious. It's nothing to play with. And when you take advantage of that and you profit from it, financially, monetarily, like bro was saying, people respect you. It's devastating. It really is.
I agree with that. I think a lot of them believe that they've been delivered. You know what I'm saying? And they believe that they've made that turnaround. But to me, if you even had that inkling, or that you've dealt with that, I would never even seek to be in the pulpit, period. You know what I'm saying? Never seek to be in that
Right.
pulpit at all, because and that's no slight on anybody who lives that lifestyle. It's just it's easy to lead people astray, and a lot of these preachers, I think sometimes they know they shouldn't be pastoring, but a lot of them get pushed by because look at Donnie McClurkin. It's Donnie McClurkin. You yourself was saying, it hurts you because Donnie McClurkin, you followed this man's life. You love listening to him. You know what I'm saying? So imagine the way you're saying it. There are hundreds of people saying that. So hundreds of people probably like, oh yeah, I can see him as a pastor, a preacher, a teacher, because of the way he sings, because of the way he made me feel. But Christianity ain't about emotions. It ain't about a feeling. It's not about a feeling.
Right.
It's about a relationship.
Right.
So when we get to that, that's where I feel it gets muddy, because a lot of them are, being pushed to be something that, yeah, you move people, you move folks when you sing, and they say they really feel the spirit of the Lord on them, and it makes them want to worship and this and that. But that doesn't mean you're called to be a pastor, preacher. So I think that's where they really need to slow down, especially because I see we got Marvin Sapp, we got Donnie McClurkin, we got, I think Fred Hammond got a church. We just saw what was his name, BB Winans, where he told a woman that ain't what he asked her to give.
Yeah.
Wasn't that BB?
Yeah, it was BB. Yep, that was BB.
All these used to be singers, gospel singers. Now they have
No, that
churches.
was Marvin Winans.
Is it
That was
Marvin Winans?
Marvin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marvin Winans.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
Marvin Winans.
No.
But
Yeah.
All of
But see,
them.
then you got what's her name? Shirley Caesar, Al Green. Al Green got a church. Remember, he had it. Al Green had his. Well, if you sat up front,
Who
you had
died?
to have. No, nobody
died?
died.
What you say, E? What you say?
I said
I
Al
think she said Marvin Gaye.
Green
I said Marvin
has a
Sapp.
church.
Al Green. Okay. Yeah, all of them did. And it's like, no. Just because you sing and you give people a feeling, that doesn't mean you're anointed to lead God's people. That's a totally different assignment. You have
Serious assignment.
Yes.
And I'm gonna say this.
There
It's
we
okay.
go.
I'm gonna
Right.
look. I said earlier, Jamal Bryant, in my opinion, should be a motivational speaker,
I agree
or
with you.
even a civil rights activist,
I
because
agree with you.
dude, he got it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, okay? No, he should have not been in there, defending his wife and his dress, but he can read you down. I'm like, he got skills, he's talented, okay? He got it. But would I attend his church to receive salvation? No.
That part.
Okay. And that's not me judging, that's just me being honest, because my pastor is old school. Okay. So it's like my way of thinking when it comes to people that really lead us, I gotta respect what you doing for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just be entertaining me. You can, oh yeah, Pastor read down today. What? That don't even sound right. This is coming from me. Okay, y'all. I just want y'all to understand something. This is coming from me, Bond. But it's like, I watched all these videos, I did my little research, and I'm like, dang, why y'all gotta, I don't want to, but the truth is the truth. And you can't be doing stuff like this and you're supposed to be leading folks.
Absolutely.
You just can't.
Jen J put us something that really hit. Church turned into a concert. Absolutely. Church is a concert. It's about feelings. It's about the music. It's about, preaching this either it's a feel good message or it's a condemnation message. It ain't nothing in between, right? But the pulpit is now a stage, and the pastor is entertainment. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's money. It's all about the money and all about the Benjamins trying to make that money, trying to get that business, trying to get that congregation to keep them pockets done. That's why I said it's no more soul saving. It's all about the money. You don't go out here. People don't go out here into the trenches and pull people out or talk to people to try to bring them to God. You either come to my church or you don't get saved. What happened to the people that's out there that's scared to come into the church? Afraid that they're going to get shunned because they came in the church looking the wrong way or smelling the wrong way. But you don't go out in the trenches and talk to them. You don't try to encourage them to come and give their life to Christ. And they don't have to be in the church to do it. Are you out there in the trenches saving those souls? Are you leaving them out there? If they don't come to your church, then they lost. And that's why we got so many young people out here that's lost, because nobody goes out here and talk to them. You know, somebody talked to Vaughn. Vaughn decided, okay, I'm turning my life over to God. Somebody talked to her. They didn't just leave her out there because she didn't come the way they wanted her to come. So, you know, this is the problem I have with the churches now. Nobody's out there. Nobody out here in the trenches trying to help nobody like Vaughn or anybody else or me. You know, I'm 62 when I found, really learned that I was hearing from God the whole time. I didn't know the difference between God and the devil, because they said the devil know the scripture too. The devil is, the devil can guide you the wrong way, just like God. So I was always confused which one is which. How do I know I'm listening to who is who? And then when I finally realized, I was okay. I'm okay now. But at that time, just like you said, don't touch my anointed. Okay, you got some anointed out here, so-called anointed people. They will cuss you out and stab you at the same breath, and then walk back out.
Yeah,
I'm saved your soul. Praise the Lord. But the whole time they were just in the back room back there cussing you out, calling you everything but the child of God.
That's true.
I have an issue with that, because I tell you real quick, I ain't there yet. I'm gonna be like Steve Harvey. I ain't there yet. So don't keep pushing that button. Then you're gonna bring out Roxy. Roxy ain't no nice person. And I had to walk away from the church because girlfriend was about to make me mollywop her butt. I don't give a shit if you was an elder or not. I'm gonna mollywop your ass. Don't come to me and disrespect me like I'm a child.
Oh,
so I had to,
right now.
I'm being honest. I had to walk away. Sometimes you have to walk away from things that are temptation, and that was a temptation. Mollywop her
That's Pastor.
So she was gonna fall down and stay down. SBK, she was gonna fall down and stay down if it left up to me.
Get down or lay down.
Get down or lay down.
Wait, Jen said,
I'm being transparent.
Is a good example of a pastor that lives the word. You the pastor now. Pastor SBK?
Pastor?
Nah, she talking about my brother. She talking about my brother. Elder Michael.
Oh, SBK.
Yeah, Elder Michael.
SBK Gullers are good. Duh.
Yeah, he's a true pastor though.
He is. I agree, y'all. I agree. SB, is it storming out there right now?
It's bad here.
Are you on your phone?
I'm on my phone, man. It's bad out here, man. Y'all went live with me yesterday. It was 80 degrees yesterday. Now it's pouring down like cats and dogs. And if y'all hear, I'm on the news and my house is floating.
Oh my God.
Look, I see the map that's showing that you are getting stormed. You know how I have certain things that pop up on my phone. The weather. It showed that y'all getting it bad. It's heading.
It's been pretty. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I have no internet service, so I'm just using my my phone. So.
Did the lights cut out too?
No, the lights hadn't cut out, but just my internet and my internet is out. So the lights flickered a little bit. So, but we're still We're still ticking with the lights, though.
Oh my God.
Hmm.
Oh my God.
But
Okay, do you have it?
we fall down
I'm leaving.
and we
I'm leaving.
get up. We fall down
That's the
and
cat.
we get up. Oh, sorry.
You know what? The next time I'm going through, I'm gonna skip right past this song because I'm gonna remember this moment right here.
Because you're gonna skip past this song. Look, you're gonna skip past this song and you're gonna be like, church, she wanna. I say church.
You are horrible. You are horrible.
Oh my God, y'all are funny. You two are
But look here, I want to say
funny.
shout out to look. I want to say shout out to Jamal Bryant. I want to shout out to his wife. You know what I'm saying? If you want to put your wife out there, bruh, if you want to put your wife out there, you know what I mean? You put her out there in front of somebody like me. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm the one that bought the dress. What is her?
Miss Alice.
You put her in
Miss
front of me then. You put her in front of me and the old SBK. You won't be no wind sucking preacher then. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna have your woman wind sucking. You know what I'm saying? So
Alice,
you want
Miss Alice, we need prayer right now. Right now.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? So shout out to that dress. You want to put your wife out there, bruh? You know what I mean? You want to put your wife out there, bruh? You want to put your wife out there, bruh? So I got you. You know what I'm saying? But you know, but the old.
Lord have mercy.
And then this fool gonna say, shake your face, watch yourself. You know what? You shake it fast in front of me, and see you shake it fast. Have her shake it in front of me and see if you go home with your wife, bruh. You know what I mean? That's what I'm on. That's what
Lord.
Miss Alice.
Well, you know,
I'm not. I'm just telling you.
Have mercy.
Wait. That's the old. Look, I'm just telling you what the flesh says. But will I act?
But bro,
will not. But I'm just saying.
You telling me you didn't enjoy just a little bit of him saying, y'all ain't been nowhere, ain't seen nothing, ain't never had nothing. You ain't enjoy that just a little bit. Okay, because he was reading down. Okay, he was telling everybody else.
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was telling everything. He was telling everything. Yeah, he was reading down, right? He was telling us. You know what I'm saying?
He said,
"So where have you been, bro? Where have you been? You know what I mean? If you've been somewhere,
you been at them Diddy parties. You been at them Diddy parties.
Yeah, exactly. Remind me and my loved ones not to go where you been there, bro.
Okay.
You told off on yourself. You know, he didn't really read down there, little sis. He told off on himself.
He's from B-more.
Oh, okay. How he tell all? Okay, you okay? Okay. I'm gonna say this.
Yeah,
I understand where you coming from.
So he got that Baltimore mentality. And all of a sudden he rose above Baltimore. Now he think he's somebody. Bro, you from the
okay.
You out there and Lincoln like everybody else. Now all of a sudden you above everybody. Sit your ass down.
So my observation of him being flashy, and stunting on everybody. Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all see them in the comments on Instagram? Okay. Because they be in the comments talking back and forth to each other. And I'm like, yo, this is like unreal. Like, y'all, I was Jamal and his wife. I'm sorry, Pastor Jamal and co-pastor, Carrie. All right.
Jamal.
So they
said it right.
Listen.
You said it right.
Listen. They was in the comments like this. Okay. So she had on the reflective jacket outfit, right, for her sermon. And he came in the comments like, you the finest contractor construction worker I'd have never seen. And she said, I'm on my way home with it right now. I said, these is church folks. I'm like, okay, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all what I told somebody earlier. I said, it's like watching the ghetto, the hood auntie and uncle, hustle up they way to, make money off the church. Honest, like that's really how, like they so hood, y'all. They are ghetto.
I told you they from Baltimore. What you think?
She not from Baltimore. She from Atlanta.
No, he is from Baltimore. So he,
they
and Atlanta got
ghetto.
some hood, and Atlanta got some hood rats too. So let's not up.
Yeah,
I know I was a hood rat at one time, so I ain't gonna sit back and trust a lie.
You was a hood rat, Miss Foxy.
Hell yeah, I was a hood rat. I ain't gonna sit back and test a lie. I told y'all I'm transparent. Look, I'm trying to go to heaven, and I ain't leaving none of them skeletons in my closet.
Lord have mercy.
All I'm gonna say is,
I think they fake. You don't think that's a little fake?
Okay, E. Now this is just my observation. Lord, okay, listen. Lord, forgive me, okay? Because honestly, y'all, I don't like having these conversations. But listen, okay. So I noticed that before. Okay, now y'all gotta remember. Okay, so y'all know Potomac Housewives. Why you laughing, bro? Like I'm so serious.
Of the Potomac. That's his first wife.
So peep how, like, if you go to her Instagram, right? Peep how before she got with him, her hair was black. Okay, and right after she popped out with the blonde, the Beyonce hair, it was she's they announced their engagement. I promise y'all, the timeline is right there. Mm-hmm. And next thing you know, okay, she's like all over social media. Don't get me wrong, y'all. I love to see a woman love her on herself, flex, stunt. But and keep in mind, I didn't even know that she was a co-pastor. Okay, so somebody had to tell me that, because I'm like, she a first lady, the dress ain't that big of a deal. And it was like, no, like, nah, Vaughn, like, she's like a pastor. So I'm like, oh, wait a minute, hold up, you know what I'm saying? So I'm watching their lives.
2 different wives, right?
What's 2 different wives?
That because his first wife was on the Real Housewives of the Potomac.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. E, you're not listening. So
I
when
she was talking about the second one.
Okay. So Giselle. Okay, I'm making reference to Giselle and her hair color, and also how they look a lot alike. Yes. But if you go on Carrie's Instagram, you will see that when she was single and living her best life, she didn't post a lot. Now, I'm not saying that it's not okay for her to accept her celebrity status of being married to a celebrity pastor. I'm not saying that. I'm saying y'all need to pay attention to what I saw. Okay. So she was she was rarely posted, real private, real to herself. And then she started, she graduated, she got her degree or whatever, to be, I want to say that's when she became the co-pastor, with her doctorate and all of that, right? So next thing you know, she pop out. I promise y'all, that's how the video pops up. She pops out and she's showing her new hair. Because remember, her hair was black. But now it's Beyonce blonde. Okay, Giselle blonde. Then, when you follow the timeline, it's like, oh, she's accepted to be my wife. And now she's everywhere all the time, being a celebrity. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? So I was reading some of the comments and I'm like, man, I hate that they coming at her like that, because some of y'all are haters. But a lot of y'all have a point of that she's really not being a pastor, but more of a celebrity. And I like celebrity.
Even be together though, celebrity.
But no, I agree with you, E, 1,000%.
That's the problem.
I agree. That's the problem. Okay. Now, all of this flashy stuff that they do and stuff, it's like I don't like the word worldly. So I like to use, I'm gonna use flashy, okay? Because hood people we real flashy, okay? So all this flashy and all of this, it leads believers to feel like God isn't blessing them financially and monetary. Even his sermons are like motivational speeches. It's like, believe in yourself, don't give up on you. It's like, why you not saying, when you feeling down, you want to give up, go to God. You know what I'm saying? Like, he not saying none of that, and neither is she. Neither one of them. It's motivational speeches. But I'm gonna back it up and say, I feel like she got more of a calling on her life than he do. Lord, forgive me, but I'm just telling the truth. Y'all can't hear me no more. Dang.
No, he was on. I was saying SBK. He was talking while you were saying something.
I know I
Oh,
went off on a tangent, but for real though, go look for y'all stuff. The timeline ain't that long. It's not that long. I don't have to do that much research.
sis, little sis, do y'all see what Al said?
Yes.
Let me tell you something. You know, dude that does. Let me tell you something. He walks up to the camera. Let me tell you something. Well, I forget that dude's name. He runs up to the table. Let me tell you something. Look.
You talking about the cereal dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, you wrong, man.
Since I can't stand you. Look, I'm just speaking. I'm in. Excuse me. I'm telling you something that men don't admit to, but I'm going to admit to it. Look, she can have all of that motivational stuff or whatever, but all of that, when you get a dude that spits the right game, has the right smile, comes around the right time or whatever, because let's just be honest, Jamal, where everybody go, Jamal is kind of suspect, bro. He acts suspect.
What?
You know what I mean? He acts suspect, and so at the end of the day, y'all know I'm telling the truth. At the end of the day, Foxy, you know I'm telling the truth. At the end of the day, ain't no woman, you know, you might take the suspect guy for a little bit or whatever, you know he's suspect or whatever, but at the end of the day, ain't no woman like that. A woman wants a man to put it down on me, put it down on me.
Hell yeah. Oh, I mean, sorry.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? So you wear a dress around me, my peer, I'm listening to you. You wear a dress around me, you're gonna get banged out. That, you know, my significant other wears a dress like that, and I don't give a damn what your husband is saying.
In the garden.
I brought the dress. She's my wife. Look, she ain't gonna be your wife.
I'm done.
She ain't gonna be your wife tonight.
SBK. That is a married woman. You gotta stop.
So you
She was out there. No, she was out there walking around like a thought.
Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Wait. Pause, everybody. Okay. I hear what bro is saying. I understand. The flesh is loud, bro. It's loud. Okay. Very, very loud. But okay.
Hey,
if you go back,
they walk like a thought, act like a thought, they're a thought. Okay, I'm
you know what Chris Brown? You know what Chris Brown said? You can't trust thoughts.
I'm done. See, listen. Before I did my research, okay, I was all ready to defend her, okay? And somebody, I'm not gonna say who that's in the chat, they know I ain't lying. I was all trying to defend, okay? But listen, if you go back to last year, okay, was this last year? Not 2025 last year, but 2024 last year. She wore a similar dress that is black, okay, where her shoulders are out and her cleavage is showing. Because my argument at first, okay, was she's a first lady, but it's like, no, Vaughn, this woman is a co-pastor, okay, she's a woman of the cloth, you know, no. So now that I have done my research of looking at her Instagram, bro, that's who she is. I'm gonna say this. That's who she is. Now, but wait, listen.
What's her Instagram? What's her name? I can look it up.
Her name is it Dr. Carrie Bryant E?
And little sis, you know she ghetto. She ghetto as hell. When I
I
showed
mean, she hood. Okay,
she's
like
straight
but
up hood.
listen.
You can tell she's straight up hood, and that's my weakness right there, man. That's my weakness right there, because I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to H
but bro.
I know. I love you.
But listen,
to treat a woman, yeah,
Lord.
because I know. No, go ahead.
How do you do? Where's Joe? I can't. You not helping me out enough. Where is Joe? Okay, listen.
What's her name again? Why you talking?
We can't hear you, E. You on mute.
You on mute. What was her name again, little sis?
I think it's Dr. Carrie Bryan, because she has a doctorate.
Ghetto little sis, because the way you remember that clip? You weren't in the chat Wednesday when she played that.
Somebody tell E we can't hear her, because she's still trying to talk and we can't hear.
There you go.
I keep coming off mute and it keep putting me back on freaking mute. It's Ms. Carrie Baby.
What? Oh, E, I don't like you. Because I gave her Dr. Carrie Bryant. I'm all wrong over here. And what's her name?
She says that she's Dr. Carrie Bryant, but her tag is Ms. Carrie Baby.
I'm screaming because the research I did.
You do know that Tasha K, the GOAT, my girl, caught them a while back before they was supposed to be together.
No.
And yeah, she caught them at night on the under, holding hands.
Oh no.
On a date, on the late night in the ATL. Before she was Ms. Bryant.
Let me ask you this. Are you one of them people that think he was messing around with her when he was married to Giselle?
Absolutely. He had 2
Girl,
side,
I talked to...
Did you not go?
Listen.
My dissertation, this man had 2 side babies on his first wife.
No. I know that. But earlier today, somebody, was like, I think, she was one of them women he was messing around with at ATL when when Giselle was up here in not up here, but over in Baltimore, right? And I'm like,
yeah, she got caught.
Nah, no, wait. It's just, look, I was like, nah, I don't think that. So you mean it? Wow. Okay, now check it. I want y'all to check something out. I watched them get married, right? Because once again, I was just watching, Instagram, watching Instagram. The whole time the pastor was giving, by the way, R.C. Blakes, I love him. He was marrying them, right? And the whole time he was doing the vows.
He left again.
I'm sick of y'all technical difficulties. Okay, like.
Can we get it together?
But wait, you check it. Did you notice that while they were doing their?
Please stand by.
But did you notice that while they were doing their vows, he was doing the humping? He was doing the humping. He was doing the humping motion. And don't get me wrong, y'all. I'm a fun person, but these are things that I'm seeing. And yeah, like I said, I read comments and it's like, oh, this is why they get so much backlash. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's okay to me. That's okay. At the end of the day, he married her, right? Husband and wife.
Right.
You done made it legit. But they do a little bit too much when you have the office of pastor and co-pastor. That comes with a different level of
not this video, sis. Go to the outfit where she in the all pink. Go there. look, I'm gonna show you where it's at.
Because I'm looking for it. The all pink. Is it before?
I think the all pink ceremony was before the white ceremony.
Let me see. Is it this one?
Is it that one? Yes. Is it that one? Wait, it might not be this one. It might be the next video when they're actually looking at each other face to face, and R.C. Blakes is married. Do y'all know who that is? because I really do. I
Now
love
that
that
right
man.
there,
Okay.
right there, look, right there is not
That's not bad to
appropriate.
me.
But
I
I mean,
don't-
No,
not
no, I
for
like
her
this
at that
outfit.
time. She
Yeah.
wasn't a pastor.
I don't
whatever,
know where
whatever.
they are, but I don't know where they are, but you know, for the most part, she's covered. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
shapely.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this.
It shows her shape, but she's
E,
covered.
we got a problem with the shape showing, really?
No,
in
I said
2026?
it shows her shape,
Right.
but she's covered.
Oh, okay.
You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? You know, if you build
Well, the
good,
black
you
dress
build
looked like
good.
the white dress that she had on, you know, with the laces all around her.
The black dress for me, like I said in my little thing, when you get to
And
where
don't get me
all the
wrong, if she
lines
want to
come
flaunt it,
and
let her
then-
flaunt it. Damn, you ain't got to flaunt it, but
Not-
so much.
Not your cha-cha though. You can't have the thing where it's literally looks like a triangle like your cha-cha. Come on now. That was a bit too
Yeah.
much. Everything was going down to the cha-cha.
I'm gonna
And
say this: word on the curb is a co-pastor shouldn't be, looking like Beyonce.
They shouldn't. I mean, you can look good, but like I said, this pink one, this is not too bad to me. This is not too bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you doing a lot as a pastor. So
Okay. Wait.
I can't tell the difference between you and these other ones that I see on Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
Go down, E, because I want y'all to see this.
Which one?
It's the pink one. I'm telling y'all it's on. Okay, go to. Is it that video? It's a video.
I don't see nothing of her. Is it this? No, that's not a video. Wait.
It ain't that one. Is
To
it this
me,
one?
this ain't nothing but Gucci Man and what's his girl name? What's his wife?
Keisha Kaur.
It ain't nothing but Gucci Man and Keisha
Yeah.
Kaur. You look at this. Come on now.
Yeah, they
This is
real
your
flashy.
pastor. This is the co-pastor.
You
Who
wait, E. I don't
on
see
now.
nothing wrong with this. She covered, okay? It's stylish.
That's too
All right.
much.
There's nothing
that's
wrong
too
with
much.
that. It's too
No,
much.
I disagree.
Ah.
That's too much. What is the difference
Ah.
between Gucci Man wife? Gucci Man wife wear that.
But okay, I'm gonna say this. What's wrong? You know what? I'm not even gonna ask the question. See, this is why I didn't want to do this, because I'm going into defense mode. Okay, because as women, we should be able to wear whatever we want to wear.
No, you should not.
I'm not doing this with y'all. Okay.
She is. If you want to be for the world, then absolutely you can. If you for the world, absolutely. But she not this. Come on now. Come on.
This ain't the black dress I was talking about, but I saw this dress, and I was like, oh, and once again,
Damn.
it's flashy.
It ain't for her.
It's flashy.
Look, Miss Foxy said, "Damn."
Now that
And
now
I'm not
if
even
y'all
saying-
right there is pastor and first lady, that's a little too provocative. I'm sorry, that's a little too. But the dress
Now,
is bad
if they
now.
off on
Don't
a-
get
if
me
they
wrong,
off-
the dress
right, if they
is
it's bad,
stunning.
it's banging.
But damn,
If they off,
I'ma just say
somewhere
this.
on vacation somewhere else, maybe a private island. Do
Private island. You know
or,
what?
like a private little, but you don't want to, not to where you putting yourself out there as pastor and co-pastor, and this is how y'all can. What is the difference between her and him and the brothers that's in the hip hop community? How they appear? What's the difference?
Don't
I
defend
see a
Von.
difference.
Don't defend Von.
Defend?
Listen.
What you gonna defend? What's the difference?
No.
What's the difference?
E. Okay. See, that's the problem. Why is it that, you know what? I'm not doing this. I am not going to get on this panel and act like I don't know no better. But I want to defend them so bad. I want to defend them so
I'm
bad.
not saying they're cute. I'm not saying that they're not a cute couple. Cute couple.
Uh-huh.
They got the swag. I'm not saying anything, but keep it that either you in the world or you not in the world. You know what I'm saying? And again,
And that's what and I'm gonna be honest. That right there. I don't like all that. Oh, you worldly. Like what does it say that? Like for real though, is the word worldly in the Bible? No, it is, because it does. The Bible does tell us not to be of the world, right? Right? Right?
You're in this world, but
Right?
not of this world. Yep.
Okay. So what are we supposed to do in our flesh while we here then? Because it's like I feel like they're married. No, hear me out, E, because I feel like because that's his wife, right? And that's her husband. And they I don't want to defend them because I had other stuff I want to say, and then I'm gonna be up here double talking. So what I'm just gonna do is listen. But listen, E, he likes this. He likes the attention. Okay. And so does she. They like it, right? I'm mad because I want to defend them because I do think they are a cute couple. However, even me, I wouldn't want to go to their church. And it's not because I'm judging her or I'm all into all, like, I'm really not like that for real, right? But it does make me uncomfortable because in my church, I am constantly reminded, okay, even by my friends, my peers, Miss Alice, Miss Stacy, of what modesty is, you know what I'm saying? Holiness, what it looks like, what it isn't. So I want to defend her so bad, but it's my flesh that's talking. I want to defend both of them, but I know the standard. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I also, who's
You know who that is, because a brother like SBK gonna run up on that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
It's nothing wrong. And they look good. They look like a power
They do.
couple. They look like the Jay Wilson, the one, the scammer. They look like your modern day scammers. You feel me? That's in Atlanta. They look like your motivational speaker, like you said. They look like your celebrity. And if that's what they want to do, then step down from being pastor and co-pastor. Be motivational speaker, celebrity, scam artist, whatever it is, because you give the appearance of that, not the appearance of someone who is of the church and leadership.
They need some real in the building. Oh yeah, they need some real.
It's frustrating because it's like it makes it frustrating because the argument is, come as you are, right? But with them being leaders, they should already be changed. Like Miss Foxy said, you can't save nobody else's soul if your soul ain't saved. It's like, she fly. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say he be fly because he wear a lot of strength. Like, y'all, he had pearls on his jacket at the night watch service. It was like, what you got on? But it's like, but look, I'm gonna just say this. I'm learning, E. I'm learning and I'm fighting, the want to defend them and their unrighteousness. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that this is not righteous.
I'm fighting to look at it.
Wait, hold on. We finna judge real quick. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on. Let me put somebody else up. Hold that thought.
Bon, there's some real in the building. Oh yeah.
we looking at this one, right? So that's Pastor Jamal Bryan and his wife, right? Okay, let me take this one down. Let me take this one down. Let me get the other one. And you tell me, is there a freaking difference? Is this it? Yep, there we go.
Don't pull up the Clark. I mean the Sheards. Don't pull them up. Okay.
The who?
Karen Clark Sheard and her husband. Yeah. Who you gonna pull up?
I'm pulling up Gucci Mane. What's the difference? What is the freaking difference?
I'm done. I'm logging off.
Is there a difference?
There isn't. There isn't.
Exactly.
There is.
Can you? So they pastor. Do you want them as pastor and co-pastor? Pastor and co-pastor Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane and co-pastor. There
You know
is
what?
no difference. Can you tell the difference from light and dark?
Mm.
Light and dark. Can you? I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
No, I agree with you. I can't even fight it.
Okay.
I agree
Okay,
because I said it
who are they?
myself.
I
They
don't mean
should
that.
be
Who are they?
motivational speakers. You don't know who Gucci and Keisha Kaur is, Miss Foxy? You know who Gucci Man is?
Chilling with my in the
Who are
feet
these?
up.
Right. Look,
Yellow
SBK. I'm
stripes
like
in the-
saying-
lemonade.
Who these?
Gucci Man is a rapper, and Gucci Man is a rapper. He's famous for his wife, Miss Keisha Kaur, right there. She's famous because he went to jail. He gave her $1 million, and by the time he got out, she had flipped it for him and doubled it.
And that fool said, "Hey, Von," he said, "Hammer dance when I do in my hammer
You know
pants."
what? I'm done because that's how Jamal Bryant be pastor in the church.
You see what I'm saying?
Have y'all listened to his sermons though? Like he really be in there spitting. Okay, I'm like, right.
Well,
But,
Von's his predecessor was the same way. So
who was that?
Exactly. Eddie Long, Bishop Eddie Long.
I have no. Does he sing?
Bishop
look him up.
Eddie
Look him up.
Long.
Look him up. Von,
Sing-
do your
Give me a
homework.
song.
When y'all block.
No,
No,
he was the
no.
bishop of that church that now he presides.
I've
over.
heard of him. I've
Yeah,
heard the
Von?
name Eddie
Look
Long,
it up.
but I thought that was an
Little
actor.
Little sis, I want you to do your
Oh.
homework on Eddie Long because
Yes.
he is the predecessor. And you want to talk about Jamal Bryant, this dude here, this dude here,
Look
this
him
dude
up.
right here, this dude
Look him
right
up.
here.
Okay.
Shit, they say rumor says that he's out of this earth because he had that 3-letter
That
monster.
3-letter word. Yeah.
Oh, he's
Look him up.
deceased.
Oh yeah, that's why Jamal Bryant took over his church because he passed away. And so
Oh, okay.
that's why he left. Jamal.
that was
Pastor
Eddie
Jamal
Long.
Bryant. Yeah, Bishop Eddie Long. That was Bishop Eddie Long's church. So, but Pastor Jamal Bryant was in Baltimore. He founded the church that he was in Baltimore, and he was there for 18 years, but he left it and came to Atlanta and took over for Bishop Eddie Long after Bishop Eddie Long died. So look up
Oh,
Bishop
okay.
Eddie Long.
That name does ring many bells. I probably.
Oh, it's gonna ring some bells. It's
Okay.
gonna ring some bells.
Okay. I'm like, I really thought that was an actor.
Hey, Vons, I bet Mama Dukes knows who Eddie Long is. Ask your Mama Dukes about Eddie Long.
Who Eddie Long? Okay, because I'm over here
yeah.
like I got question marks all around my head.
Eddie Long was around. Eddie Long was around with Benny Hinn, and he's up there, man. With Creflo,
Up there.
he's up there, man.
Yep. He's up there with what's the other one? The oh my God, that has all the airplanes.
Airplane.
Kenneth Copeland. So
Kenneth Copeland.
know that
Eddie Long is, in his heyday, he was, in the 90s, especially the 90s. He, him and
you laughing at me, Miss Alice laughing at me. What I do?
I can't see. I can't see the. Oh, Alice is tripping out.
Yeah, I used to watch. Yeah, I know. Now, Jamal got competition. He trying to fight because what's the new church in Atlanta? What is that? 19. What is it called? 1920 or
I'm 20 something. 20. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Believe
that's
me.
the new. That's the new. I forgot what they call it. It's got numbers.
Apparent. I'm a hush. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be real
Yeah.
quiet.
They all be jockeying for position, so I just
I have many opinions, y'all. Many that I said I wasn't supposed to talk about this in the public. I can't never just do nothing, right? Like I'm gonna be. We gonna skip past that. We gonna act like we did just talk about
No, but I
Okay, but
respect what
listen.
you're saying about her because you young, you come from a different school of thought, and we are a lot older. We come from a different school of thought, but I hope you got what I was saying. You cannot see the difference. So you supposed to be light
No,
and
I
dark is
get
supposed
it.
to be different.
Yeah,
No,
That's
I
all.
get
yeah,
it.
yeah,
And
yeah, Alice.
when I
Alice, Eddie Long used to wear those tight shirts to show off his guns. Yep.
Yep.
child, I'm
Yep.
hollering. Listen, I get it, E. And when Miss Foxy said like, oh, they didn't leave Vaughn, that's true. I am surrounded around a bunch of I call y'all grown folks, and I know that when I be, it's my spirit that know right, but my flesh be over here like, woo 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 woo, because you know, I guess you could say I'm still a little flashy. And and like I said, I really do feel that as women we should be able to wear what we want. Okay, however, because I feel like you can be all modest, okay, and people come on, y'all, okay. The pastors was preaching right back in the day, and they had other families. The first ladies was quiet,
What
didn't
was
say
it?
nothing, and she had a whole boyfriend. So my all I feel is just because you dress a certain type of way don't mean you out there. That's just how I feel, okay. However,
Totally
okay,
get you.
you know, when it comes to the church, and I'm actually surprised that I feel that way. That I would not want my aunt, who's the first lady, and my pastor, my uncle, to be doing all this because to me it's giving, Beyonce, Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying, Sierra and her husband, power couples, it couples, celebrity. It's not really giving God. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I'm not saying that God looks like anything, but that's just how I like my church. Okay. Like for me, you know, it gives me
I
something to
got you.
strive for. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I got you. I got you. That's all. It is what it is.
All I'm
We
saying,
gonna leave it at that.
all I'm saying is, I don't see nothing wrong with it in the privacy of your own home.
Correct.
Do you mind if I script for you?
That's okay, bro. Bro,
I
bro.
don't even mind the pictures, but they gotta wear it a different way.
Well,
They gotta be a different way.
no, I gotta say this. When I first saw the dress, honest to God, y'all, I was like, "Is that see-through? Is she showing her nips?" And then I said, "Oh Lord, it's Pastor Jamal' wife, and it's Pastor Jamal next to her." It was like I knew it was gonna be a problem. Okay, and I went on about my business. The next thing you know, they on talk shows, and everybody talking about it, and I'm like. I wanted so badly to be like, it's not that big of a deal, because she's a first lady. And then, by the grace of God, I was, brought out of ignorance. She's a co-pastor. Okay. So it's like, oh, that makes it worse now. Now,
Bonds, I knew she was ghetto whenever they did an interview and we played it Wednesday. They said, "There's more to me. I'm very educated." Blah blah blah. I'm like, oh man, she's hood. She's straight hood. Come here.
I can't
Come
stand
here.
you. I can't stand. I can't
Let's
stand
just
you.
pull this table out and slap some dominoes. Play some dominoes.
You know what? I can't. This is giving me PTSD because do you watch Married to Medicine? You watch Married to Medicine?
But I know what you're talking about. I know who you're talking about.
Okay. Toya told Eugene, "I hate that you don't like to play spades." And it's like, really, Toya? Why would you say that on that? And honestly, y'all, I love me some Toya, okay? But she been doing a lot. And when she called Eugene out for not playing spades, it's like you just pretty much told the whole world that you hate. The reason that why you come at your husband the way you come at him is because he ain't ghetto enough for you. And that's all everybody been saying. You know what I'm saying? So SBK over here talking about dominoes. It's like, this is the problem.
I'm telling you, but I'm telling you, I'm telling the truth. She gives off those vibes. when she did that interview, she said, "There's more layers to me. I'm educated." It sounds like a chick like from the hood, man, that's trying to explain herself, but your explanation does not make any sense. You're giving all this stuff, whatever, it don't make no sense why you wore the dress. You wore the dress because you are a freak. You're for the streets.
I was screaming.
I'm not calling her a two dog.
I call her two. Look, if it walk like a thought, act like a thought, it's a thought.
You can't trust thoughts.
Listen, I feel that this is the orchestration of Jamal. Okay, he said, narcissism is a fancy word for selfish, and since he bought the dress and he proud of his wife in the dress, I believe he knew it was gonna come with that type of attention because of his history, because of his reputation. And I have to talk about this. I didn't like him, okay, when I heard him say, when she preached, okay, the spirit moves him and he aroused. I don't get it, okay? My husband said he understands what he's talking about. I don't. I really don't get it. It's like I can kind of understand it, but that's what made me not like him. It was like, that's weird, because he said it in church in front of everybody, right? And I just thought it was weird. It was like, I got to side eye him. But I feel like he likes. That's what he said. You want me to send you the clip? Because it's like, like he's very sexual. And I'm not just.
Yes, he did say that.
Yeah, so
he did say that.
I feel you remember that, Miss Foxy? It's like, Pastor Jamal is something that I ain't never seen for real. I didn't see him on TV. I didn't heard about him from back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Rumors around the corner, from the neighborhood. But I've never actually seen it. So it's like this man, is very sexual. Yes, he's talking to his wife. I'm okay with that. But I don't understand. Babe, you stupid. I feel like this is his orchestration. He bought the dress because he wanted the attention. He wanted the call. We was watch night. Well, I was at my watch night at my church, okay, where we was being holy, okay. But it's watch night service, okay. It was my first watch night, by the way, y'all. And that's what you chose to talk about. Okay. All right. So it's like, nah, fam, you tripping. I'm gonna find a clip for you though. Hold on, I'll be right back. Because I want y'all to hear
Hi, Minion with the opinion. Welcome to the fold. Hi, Minion.
Oh my God. Who?
Shout out to you, Minion. I was going to shout you out, but I got too excited talking about the dress. Shout out to Off the Record. Yeah, that's Minion. Yeah, he's a part of the Off the Record crew with Foxy. Okay. I said what I said. Minion, you got to forgive me, bro. Shout out to you. You got to forgive me, but that dress gets me all excited and everything. And talking about these women or whatever that got an edge about them. And that sis knows that my stumbling block, Miss Foxy, is women who have an edge. And that woman, you can tell she has an edge. You know what I'm saying? Come here. Let's play some spades. Come here. Let's play some dominoes. Come here. Come here. You don't need the flesh.
He's very
flesh up.
New wife. I'm quite sure he been her over the couch quite frequently. But
he ain't like
tell everybody.
But he ain't. But see, I think that the question is, Bonds and y'all. He must like. Does you think he likes letting men lust over his wife? You know what I mean? He happy with that? I wouldn't be.
Well, you remember he said that, if y'all won't not taking care of yourselves, you will look like her. So, hey, so basically he's saying he advertising her, letting us other women know that we nothing compared to her.
Uh-oh. Okay, that's, to me, you also telling your parishioner, your men, if your wife don't look right, toss her butt and go get you one that look good. That's what you tell. Somebody might actually do that.
I'm with you with that one. Yeah, that's what got me when he said that.
Well, Pastor said,
Right.
I don't like it. Should go out and get me a new one.
Or go out there and get one anyway, even though you got that wife, because she's financially
Right.
stable. So you stand with the finances, but you're going after someone that look like his wife.
Crazy.
He like I said, he's still a hood rat. He got the hood rat mentality. He haven't got that soul saved yet. So until he get that hoodish out of his system, he's gonna always be who he is.
I mean, they allow it. They actually selected that man and brought him there to Newburgh. So I don't think it's gonna change. They like salacious, what they call them, salacious types of pastors. I mean, Bishop Eddie Long was salacious. He had his way. I remember I saw him once when he was trying to convince everybody that him and his wife were in love, that he actually filmed them in their bedroom. He had on just his t-shirt, because like SBK said, he loved to show his guns. He had his wife beater on, some drawers, and he had like a cape on, and he was jumping on his bed on his wife. And this was a part of one of his like sermons. So they like that type of.
Well, some people go to certain churches because of the image. Some people go to the churches because of the image. This is my pastor. I go to his church. This is my pastor because of the fame that pastor has. I want to be part of his church and say, just like a lot of people go to what's his name, Jake's church, just because he's famous. I go to Jake's church. I'm gonna let everybody know I go to Jake's church. But are you going there to get your soul saved, or are you going there because you want everybody to know you go to that church?
Correct.
That is the question.
I do agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree with that. They do that. Yeah, the Potter's house is real popular. Oh, I go to the Potter's house. And yeah, he's a motivational speaker as well.
You think he's a motivational speaker? E? Have you ever been swallowed? Swallowed.
SBK, I can't stand you.
Hey, have you ever
Oh,
swallowed?
my stomach hurt.
Okay. No, I think he is. I think most of them are. I think most pastors today are motivational speakers. I really do.
Well, that's what they said about what's the one that they're in Texas, the white guy. What's his name? One, is it in Texas or here?
Joel Osteen. You talking about
Osteen.
Joel Osteen?
They said he's
Good
not
night,
really
Miss
an
Alice.
ordained minister.
Good night, Miss
I
Alice.
found that
Thank you
out.
so much.
That he's not an ordained minister. He's a motivational speaker. And he became a pastor as a motivative speaker. He is not an ordained minister. He has not been ordained.
Well, he got his church from his father. His father was huge, and when his father died, he took over his father's church. That was like
Right, but he never became an ordained. I thought he was ordained, but he cannot perform any weddings or funerals or nothing like that.
Really?
He's just an inspirational speaker.
Well, I can see
Yeah,
that
that's
the
all
way
he is. He's not an ordained minister.
Right. I can
That's
see
all
that.
he is, a motivational speaker.
Huh. I did not know he wasn't ordained. Huh.
I found that out. I'm like, oh, wow, he's not ordained? So I started Googling and found out, no, he's not ordained. He can't do no weddings. He cannot do no funerals. He cannot do anything like that.
So he can't.
No, he cannot officiate nothing. All he can do is stand up there in that pulpit and be a motivational speaker.
What he say? Everyone grab your Bibles. Say this.
And that's the thing is some of these that saying they're pastors are not ordained ministers. Some of them say I'm pastors and not ordained ministers. And that's the thing is you have to check and see, are they ordained or is they just, motivational speakers? The pastors out here.
I'm mad because I cannot find this clip. And everybody was talking about it I want to say it was early summer last year, and there was controversy because that was when they've only been married
What
almost
clip
2
you talking
years now,
about?
right? When he said when she preaches, it's like he get aroused or something. I don't know, but like social media was like, "What, huh?" And I know when I went and listened to it, and I was like, "That don't sound right. Like, why would he say that?" But I don't know. But it was sometime like I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. I'm just searching for it all over. In fact, let me go to TikTok. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Have you ever been swallowed? Oh my God.
Why does my thing keep putting me on mute? SBK, your internet still off?
Yeah, it's still giving me a fist, sis.
Oh my God. We gotta it's been 3 hours, y'all. We pulled it off. We pulled it off.
We've been swallowed.
Shut up. Shut up. He said that. SBK,
Will
he
you
said
stop,
that.
SBK? You got my stomach hurting. I'm laughing so hard.
He did not say that, miss.
But as always, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Thank you, Miss Foxy.
Now this is unusual for me. I'm getting ready to call it a night, so that's
Right?
unusual for me.
Right?
Well, it must not have been that important. I don't know. All I
I'm
know
gonna
is
find
y'all.
it.
But
They
I
keep
love
talking
you
about this
all.
dang on dress.
I enjoyed it
Good
as
night, Miss
always.
Foxy.
And Vaughn, when you find that clip, put it on
I'm gonna
standby.
find it.
When you find that
I'm
video
going
and
to
you find
find
that
it.
clip, Vaughn, I want you to save it in your favorites. So when we come back on here, you can show it. Okay?
Okay, because I'm quite sure there's gonna be some more dang drama in these churches. Lord.
Man, look.
And I'm gonna call it a
When
night.
you
I
type
love
their name in,
you all. Y'all have a
Thank you,
wonderful
Miss
night.
Foxy.
See you. Oh,
Have
by
a
the way, are
wonderful
y'all gonna
night.
do bar? Are y'all gonna do
SBK,
bar
you
night?
on the bar?
Stay tuned, Foxy. I'm not probably so. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'll let you know, and I'll put you. I always tag everybody and their mama, so y'all stay tuned.
I stay tuned.
All right.
Okay, I stay tuned.
And be swallowed. Miss Foxy, be swallowed. Have you ever been swallowed?
I'm gonna pray
I'm
so hard for
trying to
SBK tonight. I'm gonna pray.
Please do. Please do.
He up here on one, he on one, he on one.
For sure.
Oh, I'm crying. I am crying. Oh, so good night, and hopefully I can find somebody at SBK that will give me swallow. All right, good night.
Good night. Oh my God.
Lord.
Okay.
Listen.
Miss Vaughn, Snow Bay. Okay, you gonna have to forewarn me. You didn't warn me. I went on your thing and watched, and I didn't know you had an intro like you had, Miss Girl.
Listen, okay. I got on that backstage with Minion, and it was over with. Okay, that's my new best friend. Okay, because like, do you see what he did? It was like, oh, we finna have fun together making this intro. He was like, yes. I was like, yes. Like, yeah, we have fun. We have fun.
Oh my God, I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared.
I said what I said was like, I somebody got to be the adult back here. It was like, come on, sis, let me have fun. Like, y'all, we had a blast making that video.
I wasn't ready. I hit SPK. I said, how come you didn't warn me about this? What the hell? Oh, what is this?
Look, I wanted it because it's like that ain't as bad. I wanted it when she was smacking the booty. Like we had a clip where she was throwing the booty up and smacking it. I was like, I want that. Just like that. Like, Yeah, it could have been way worse. Hmm.
I was not prepared.
I
Okay.
love my Beyonce, Power Pink Ranger suit. Okay, because that's what it's given. Okay, Vanance.
Vanance. Okay. Vanance. I got you. I got you. Oh my God. You got
Yeah.
any parting words, my dear?
Um,
Sis.
I had a great time. I will say I do not like having these discussions. Okay. Did you hear me say that in my live? Like it was blowing. I'm like, why? But I really had a lot to say, you know, about, Donnie McClurkin and his situation. And I just want to say, y'all, read your Bible, get to know God for yourself, because, people don't be right. They really be struggling with their own demons and they won't tell you nothing about it. Or you will even know. Okay. And that's what'll make you a fool. Okay. So be careful. All right. That's no shade toward nobody. It's just the truth. Okay. Because I've done it myself. You can know people ain't about the right. You give them the benefit of the doubt. And if you ask me, that's making a person an idol. You know what I'm saying? So, when God show you, what it is, because dude said he wanted to leave and he didn't. And if he's telling the truth about that, that's why I'm coming at both of them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, you should have left and you didn't, and here we are. And now millions of people is somewhere crying like Vaughn, because,
Von
but
Word.
yeah, I really am like for real. Like for real. I'm not even being funny. 'Cause, yeah.
Sis, did you hear little sis? She was upset. Now you can just say she kept saying, "Look, I'm trying to choose my words. I'm upset, y'all. I'm trying not to say something wrong, y'all." I'm like, damn. I'm like, I was taking Pooh to school, and I was listening to, and then it was so much of a damn silence in between sentences, man. I'm like, man, the little sis, all right. The little sis is taking this to
because
heart.
Hold her composure.
because
Yeah,
I really have tears like welling up in my eyes when I was talking about the people that's a real struggle for them.
Right.
It's like, have y'all ever seen the movie Prayers for Bobby? Y'all ever seen that movie?
Mm-mm.
When it came out on Lifetime, go watch it. It's about a mother, a family who's, they're believers in Christ. They are our non-melanated cousins, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And this is based on true events. This happened in real life. He was, homosexual. He was writing down in his diary his feelings about how he felt that God was looking at him and disgust and hate. And he ended up jumping off the bridge and being hit by what do you call the big old trucks, the big wheelers, and
Semi trucks.
his
Yep.
semi
18
truck,
will. Yeah.
18 wheeler, and his mother, because of his death, now is an advocate for the LG, community. So when I was saying, like, I understand that God is love. I watched that movie with my grandmother when I was about 15 years old. And keep in mind, I grew up with homosexual, lesbian, blood family members. And there was never none of that funny stuff. Nobody treated anybody funny. Nobody treated anybody less than. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I really, I've never, did anything with another woman.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing in church that is always gay, gay, gay. It's this, it's that. And I understand that, it says that in the Bible. But like I said, New Testament say, mind your business and love everybody. Okay. Be good to everybody. So when, I know his story from a child. I heard him preach that sermon that he was sleeping with men in the church. But because of his relationship and he found Jesus and deliverance and forgiveness and salvation, and he was emotional in this sermon, it touched me. Okay. As a child and as an adult, it's like, man, we really be going through life. But there is, a comfort. You know what I'm saying? And for you, and I'm not even mad that he had a boyfriend behind the scenes. I'm mad that the situation can be used against you and other believers. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm mad about. because, and I'm also mad that society shames and don't want nothing to do with gay, and you can't come to church, and we don't want y'all around. It's like, I don't like none of that. You know what I'm saying? So I really just feel his pain for somebody who has feelings that they can't control, and they want, to be normal, but they feel like they can't be. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I got a lot of feelings. I got a lot of feelings. I have a lot of feelings because when these people preach, their testimonies be powerful, and when something taints that, it can hurt. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you really, like me, I believe that God can change us, and no matter what. But what you saying is everything that book that you wrote ain't true, because you was living a double life. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what the heck? Like, I ain't gonna say now I don't know what to believe, but that's kind of how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you pray the gay away? Can you really? Or is that just something people saying so that they can be accepted by the church and their family and their friends?
I get that.
That's hurtful. I don't think that's nothing to play with. But I'm be quiet because I can talk all night.
I respect that. What did it say? Wait, what did you say? What did it say? Wait, it's because he continued to try hiding it and then was a stumbling block for another instead of stepping back. Okay.
That part too. Why didn't you step down? Why don't they step down?
Power.
Why? Oh,
Money.
Come on, eat money and power, status, and fame. Keeping up the image. Like, girl.
Who used to sing that song?
Ugh.
Money and the power. Money. I don't give a, because I got money in the power. I can't remember who sang that.
Was that Kanye?
No.
That wasn't Kanye.
It's a long time ago. I can't remember who it was. But yeah, it's, it's all of that. It's hard to get that up.
And that's the thing too, E. I said, I feel like I don't want no pastor to get no, show me that y'all doing this for real. Take all the money away and show me that you really want to lead people to God because you love everybody. You want to save souls. Like that, like take the money away. Because if we take the money away, how many leaders in the church will we really have?
Facts. See?
That's all I'm saying.
Another conversation.
Yeah. But I ain't got nothing else, y'all. Good night. I had fun. I got something to work on. And I enjoyed y'all. Because even though I was working on some, I was able to do it and talk to y'all. So I'm a little proud of myself. But yeah, I see y'all.
Talented. There you
go. So good night, bro. And I'm really gonna pray for you because you showed out tonight for real.
But it's a real nigga in the building. Amen.
E, good night. E, you need to touch and agree in prayer about him, okay? Because what he going through, child. Bye, y'all. Bye.
Bye, sis. All right, SBK, what you got? Any parting words?
Hey, I want to say shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody that supports us, our moderators, our subscribers, those who were watching in the bushes, those who participated in the poll questions, those who was giving off your comments in the comment section. These past 2 days have been great, man. You know what I mean? Great turnout. Y'all have showed up and showed out. And I appreciate everyone that subscribes to us. If you haven't, to the sound of my voice, man, can y'all hit the like button and hit the subscribe button? And y'all keep rocking out with us, man. We need a few more subscribers to get to 500. 500 is our goal. And y'all help us get to that. You know what I'm saying? Again, we appreciate you guys supporting us. This has been great conversation tonight. We had a great conversation Wednesday. Y'all hit us up in the comments section. If you agree, disagree, those of you who are watching the playback, hit the comment section. Let us know what you thought about the content. You know what I'm saying? Hit us up. Let us know what you think about it. Give us some ideas of something else that y'all want us to talk about. And that's about it. You know what I mean? Shout out to y'all. And I apologize, about the weather here, but the weather is very, very bad here where I'm at, just so I'm calmed down. But I apologize, but we're still rocking out. The show still must go on. So that's all I have to say.
Consummate professional. Show still must go on. Thank you guys so much. Like SBK said, we really appreciate everyone that came and rocked out with us this week. We did a double hitter, and it was very good. We had a very good turnout, great conversation. Hopefully no one took offense. We tried to keep it, all opinions welcome. All opinions, can be discussed. There is no judgment here. We just want to have conversation, want to have dialogue. So thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the weekend. But what is this, the second weekend in 2026? It's almost February. It goes too fast.
Yes.
It's entirely too fast.
Yep.
We already in the second week of January in 2026. But thank you guys for rocking out with us. We appreciate you as always. Come check us out again for the next one. Until then, what do we like to say?
We are gone.
Gone.